Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Kingdom of the Ape, where a simple-minded redneck hick from Alabama, who is also undereducated, exposes the hypocrisy of Christianity. So stay tuned if you're into the debate stuff. I think we get them pretty good almost pretty much every time here. Ooh, TikTok fired up quick this morning. Anyway, as usual, if you're watching this on the YouTube, please consider a subscription to the channel. Hit the notification bell, like the video, please. It helps out immensely. My man, Rick, he jumped in quick this time. I've been on for like 2 seconds. Morning, dog, morning. What up, what up? We got a good 3 hours to roll up on here today. I don't know, woke up slightly vindictive this morning, so I'm going to try to calm my ass down. Oh, it's been a rough week for the debate scenes out here, though. It's been a rough week, man. Anyway, the TikTok fired up really fast this morning. Oh, shit. Hell yeah, Rick. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, bro, we've got to get together and plan a double stream. The more I think about it, the more I like the idea of at least trying it. So we definitely got to do that. But anyway, as usual, we're looking for the debates up in here, trying to debate some Christians, trying to expose hypocrisy, which is sadly extremely easy to do when it comes to Christianity. We got the excitors of the debate world subjects up again today. We're doing Bible morals are a bad joke, which they are. God is unjust, which he is. The Trinity is incoherent, which it also is. And Jesus fulfills zero prophecy, which he does. I hear you, dog. I always say sobriety's for suckers, but oh well, you do you, man. You do you. Who wants to go through life sober? Like, that'd be horrifying. Shit. No, I get it though. I'm drunk on milk. Thank you for the likes, guys. Y'all tap that screen. Start pumping us out to the world of the Christians. Ari, what's up, dog? Ari's the likingest motherfucker that ever lived. Thank you, man. You pumping us out more than anybody. Anyway, we just fired this up like barely 2 minutes ago now. And we always... Hey, Ari. Oh, yeah. Don't want nothing getting out of hand, man. That's for damn sure. Hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I actually hit my goal of 600 followers yesterday. Thank you for the heart, Ari. Ari, you're getting some kind of freaking postcard for Christmas or something, buddy. You're getting something. You are too, Rick. But yeah, I hit my goal of 600 followers yesterday, so I gained nearly 110 followers over a couple days. This morning I woke up and somebody had unfollowed me, so I went back to $5.99, but I got that back just now, so ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. And naturally, the next goal of followers is 666. I might do some sort of, I don't know what I'm going to give away, but I want to do some sort of giveaway if I get to like 666 followers. Like the 666 person, I might send them like, I don't know, maybe like a $25 on Cash App. Or I've got like some, I got a bunch of artifacts. I could send someone an artifact, like an authentic artifact. That'd be pretty neat. Does anybody like artifacts? Ooh, I have a good logo. I thought of my own logo for the channel. It's "Who needs Satan when you have God?" That's the follow. That's the motto here. Who needs Satan when you have the God of the Bible? He's all in one type God. He's Satan and God. Yeah, that'd be cool though. I got a few good ideas, I think. But anyway, we are still waiting on the Christians to join us in here. Look at those likes go. Good Lord, I appreciate the shit out of y'all. But if you're into debates, into watching the hypocrisy of Christianity get exposed, stay around. If you're into watching atheists get crushed in debates and you're a Christian. Hang around. You probably won't see that, but you got a chance. You got a chance. An X account? It's like a porn channel, right? X account? Make an X account. Maybe that just means another account. Oh, I hear you, dog. I hear you. I hear you. All right. There's some folks piling in now. Undoubtedly, we'll get a good debate up in here in a second. I actually never had a Twitter. Actually, I never had a TikTok till a couple months ago. I didn't understand it. All right, so maybe we got somebody in here. If it's not an accident, I've already had 3 people request up, so maybe the 4th here will be the charm. What does it say, John? I think that's what it says. Oh, we got somebody loading in. Okay, cool. Maybe the first of the day here. John, are you there?
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Good. Well, good morning here, but hello. Are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 53.
Oh, that's a good right page there. Are you one of the Christians?
I was like you. I was a Christian. Sorry, I didn't choose to be a Christian. I was born in a Christian family. I just wanted to know, Apostate Ape, what made you turn to I would say, to the light side of the Force, quitting the dark side of the Force? What?
The dark side being Christianity?
Yeah, exactly.
That's that's a great that's a that's a great question. I left because of the Bible, and it turns out most other people did too. I actually asked that question to the chat yesterday. I said, put a 1 in the chat if you're an atheist who was a Christian and you strictly became that because of the Bible. And there was 51s come up in here, man.
Okay. I didn't even have the I would say the occasion to read entirely the Bible. I became an atheist probably when I was 11 years old or something like that. We have in my country, France, the catechism. You know what it is, I guess. Okay, this is the European teaching of the Bible. And I always was a very curious child. And every time I went to the catechism, I was very excited because I've heard about all these marvelous things that Jesus supposedly done in the past, etc. And I spent my time asking the priest question after question, how, who, where, was. And after the second day, he just told me to shut up. So when somebody answer to a child, shut up, when this child wants to know about the detail of the dogma is supposed to be taught, this is when I started to think like there is something wrong here. And the more
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
wanted
look very good to tell the kids to shut up for asking
yeah,
questions, does it?
yeah, and the more
But
I
yeah,
was
yeah, I
educated,
appreciate the story, man. But we just do debates in here. I think I'm gonna try another stream sometime where we'll
yeah,
just
okay,
bring
no
up
worries.
deconversion stories and stuff. But we try to just keep it to debates here.
Anyway, I have a question for the maybe you could ask to the next believer who comes up before I leave. I live and work right now in the southeast of Asia, and in 2014, there was a huge tsunami who basically unalived 230,000 people. So I would like you to ask to these believers what those 230,000 people deserve to do, did to deserve to be unalived. And if God exists, if he really exists, this guy is a fucking sadistic mass murderer who basically enjoy unaliving the very people he asked love from. That's
Will do, buddy. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I appreciate you coming up, man. Stick around. You'll definitely see
yeah.
some. You'll see some answers to that question, undoubtedly. But I can go ahead and answer it for you. They'll say it's our fault, not God's. That's what they're going to say. I guarantee you. We have free will. That's why there's hurricanes and tsunamis. That's what always comes up anyway. Yeah, hang around, buddy. You'll see here. I have a knack for going for the juggler when it comes to ideas here, but I'm a simple person, so I use very simple methods to explain these things. It's always fun. If he wasn't around the other day, Darth Dawkins made an appearance. I kicked him after about 20 seconds because I couldn't even get my third sentence out. But it's pretty neat to have somebody like Darth Dawkins. He's been around the debate world for a long time. Thank you for the follow. Follows already piling up today. Already hitting 3 or 4 follows this morning. Really haven't even got into a debate yet. Yeah, afraid. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they say it's all our fault. It's man's fault because we did bad stuff. So all the cancers and natural disasters and stuff, it's all our fault. It's never God's fault. Even it's never the one who actually caused the stuff's fault. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty sad actually. Yeah. But anyway, if you're a Christian, come on in and let's have some talks here. If you're one of the he changed it up. I actually like to say the dark side, but I was gonna say if you're on the dark side, tap that screen. Let's pump us out into the world of Christians. Get some debates in here. If y'all have seen me before, y'all know I get to the point real quick. We don't want to play around here. I do like to actually hear people out, but we're not going to let them preach at us and crap either. They have to stay on the damn point, which is always interesting. But it's only been a few minutes here, so we still got all kind of time. Ghost Gaming, what's up, my dog? Good morning. Everybody up early this morning. I got to like 7:09 now, so I got till like 10 o'clock. We got 3 hours we can roll up in here today. Then I got to get out to work for the day. And then almost all week, I am off. Almost all week. So we are going to be pumping out the debates. Probably even on Thanksgiving. I think I might eat a big old ham and shit and then like get all fat and then come debate some Christians on Thanksgiving. Y'all can give thanks for this on Thanksgiving. It'll be a Thanksgiving special. All right. Getting lots of comments already. We got shitloads of like. Y'all are freaking. I love the community we're building here. This is pretty amazing. Oh, somebody's loading in. I'm going to quit announcing that till they actually do it now. But anyway, Loop of Sound, are you there?
Yes. Thank you for platforming me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming up. Are you over 18?
I am. I was born in 71.
Dang, that's a nice time.
It was good. I saw Star Wars in the theater in 78, the movie Star Wars. I was hoping going into the theater it was better than Flash Gordon, because Flash Gordon was terrible. And I thought, boy, I don't know anything about this movie, but I hope it's better. And imagine my surprise. It was a phenomenon.
It was definitely better.
Yeah.
Well, all right, my brother. Are you a Christian?
I was baptized in 83, and I still go to church there. You know, the church service we had this weekend is the same kind of church service we had in 83, same kind of church service we had in 1918 at our church. So we're the first Christian church of our area in Chicago.
Well, that's cool. So which one of these topics you like to debate us on here?
It's interesting. When I first read your information, I thought, what is it that Christians have to debate with non-Christians? I don't know what the debate is. So I'm approaching you from a sense of innocence. You know, in Mark 9, it says in Mark 9, like 43, 41, 38, 41, it's saying that there were people that were casting out devils and they weren't following Jesus. And the disciples forbid it. They were even called Christ-like, the people who were casting out devils, but not following Jesus. Now, when the disciples prevented them from doing Christ-like works, they went back to Jesus, and Jesus said, forbid them not. He said, if they're nice enough to give you a glass of water, these are the people who aren't following Jesus. If they're nice enough to give you a glass of water, they will have, knowing you bear the name Christ, they will have a reward. So here's Jesus saying, look, Christian, don't get in the way of non-Christians.
Sounds confusing.
Yeah, don't get in the way of those who aren't following us. Don't stop them from doing good things because they are capable. Just because you need me you're sick, the physician came for the sick, it doesn't mean everyone's sick. It doesn't mean Jesus comes for everyone, because there are people that are doing good works that are willing to give me a glass of water knowing I bear the name Christ. They'll have a
Morning,
reward.
Missa.
So what
All
I
right,
don't,
buddy.
I don't
so
see debates
yeah, I hear you.
oftentimes with
Yeah. So
non-Christians.
now, are you there? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Why
Okay,
wouldn't I
cool.
be there?
All right, so
You would see me
yeah, that's great.
disconnected if I
Yeah,
wasn't
excuse
here.
me. Hold on.
If,
Slow your
yeah,
roll
you're
there,
asking
buddy.
me to cease my bloviations. That's what you're saying.
Holy shit. Fuck me. Yeah, you need to learn how to debate if you're going to come debate, dude. You can't just come up here and throw a fucking sermon out over me. Holy crap. Yeah, you got to actually listen and have conversations and debates, man. Holy moly. Never got to ask you a single damn question. Not good. Not a great start for the Christians there. Your religion is fear-based. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, sorry, man. I thought you were coming up in good spirits here like a nice guy, but you just came up here to scream over everybody. I had no idea. Well, not a good start for the Christians today. Not a good start. Anyway, if you are a Christian capable of an actual conversation, and yeah, well, thank you for your service, but your religion's still bogus. So, yeah, I hear you. If you think you can calm down, you can come back up here, but you can't come up here and talk over me. I literally never got a single question out at you. You started hollering and talking even faster when I tried to talk to you. So maybe you could exude some Holy Spirit powers and calm down a little bit, and then come back and have an actual conversation with us. Even if you're new to debates, we can walk you through it. Morning, Misa. Morning, Misa. Yeah, we could tell you couldn't slow your roll there. But that's not good. If you're incapable of having a conversation, you're the one person we forbid from being up here. So I say it all the time. Like, this is pretty much a free speech zone. You can say whatever you want about me. It doesn't matter. Just do it in a manner that's consistent with having an actual conversation. You can't say things over the top of me trying to calm you down for 3-4 times in a row. That's not conversations. We like actual conversations here. We like to talk to people. We all got to live with each other. So we try to talk to each other. But what we're not going to do is hollow sermons over the top of each other. No one likes to hear that. Yeah, man, I tried to spend some time with you a minute ago, but you yelled sermons at us, so. So sorry, Lupus. I'm sure you're a great guy, but we got to have actual conversations here. So they spent a bunch of faces. We're getting the comments this morning. We already got the good comments rolling. All right, still nobody in the queue here. Y'all keep tapping the screen. Y'all are doing an amazing fucking job of that so far. Getting us out into the world. There's definitely people rolling by, but we always get some good debates in here. We always get somebody to talk to. Big Blue, thank you for the follow. We appreciate the shit out of it. We got lots of folks rolling in already on this beautiful Monday morning. I think I have to agree with Ghost there. The ones that talk the most know the least. It even says, well, I can't remember. The Bible says something about it. I just don't remember exactly what it was. Thank you for the heart. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. That's so you can listen more than you talk. In case you didn't know. Even though I talk a lot. All right, so once again, if you're passing through looking at the topics here, we have Bible morals are a bad joke, which they are. God is unjust, which it is. The Trinity is incoherent, which it also is. And Jesus fulfills zero prophecy, which he does. Fulfill zero prophecy. All right, all right. Oh, still lots of folks passing through the queue here, but it's not actually. I really, if I had one complaint about TikTok, I actually love TikTok. The fact that we can turn this on and pump us out into the world of debates is pretty amazing. They really need to do something about the screen tapping into the queue, though. Tapping the screen was a great idea to get the likes and stuff rolling, but not a great idea in the fact that people keep hitting the request up here on accident. And I'm literally just spend the whole live going through weeding out people that's not in the queue on purpose here. Sorry, man. You can come and debate if you want to, but we ain't letting nobody up here to give us personal sermons and testimonies. We don't care about that. Personal testimony is not going to prove anything, man. Yep, this is a debate stage. You can come debate, or you can throw testimonies in the comments if you want. Like I said, this is a free speech platform here. Of course, excluding the speech that TikTok itself does not allow, but that's out of my control. Nothing I can do about that. But as far as saying things you want to say, you can come up here and say things, whatever you want to say. Just do it in a conversational manner. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Damn, it's been almost 20 minutes. We're going to get some debates in here, though. Already had one Christian come up and spoiler aloud on the debate, and I didn't even get to ask him a single question except for his age. So, pretty wild, huh? All right. Oh, no, still no. Still a ton of people passing through the queue, but nobody loading in yet. So we're just sitting over here sad, waiting on some Christians to debate here. But again, if you're just passing through, that's what we do here. We expose the hypocrisy of Christianity. That's what we do. We do it through debate, through simple questions. What's up with this? And they're like, that. We're like, that sounds messed up. And they're like, well, it's really not. Like, well, we think it is. So that's a long story short. I hear you. I use it a lot, actually. Loop of sound. I use the word wrong a lot because this religion is wrong. So I point that out a whole lot on this channel. Stick around though. You'll hear if we actually get some folks up here capable of a conversation, that is, you're gonna hear it. I'm sure you think there's no need to be debating it. There is a very good cause for this, though. I think humanity is going to be better off when we drop these ridiculous Abrahamic religions and move on. You don't debate the word of God. Yeah, I debate it every day, actually. I read the Bible. I know the Bible better than most Christians. I bet money I do. See, I actually know the context of the thing, so that's pretty cool. Christians always think they know the context of the Bible, but they know the context that they want to know and not what it actually tells you. Yeah, I sort of agree with that, actually, Loop of sound. You can't prove God, but you think God's real. But I don't try to disprove a general creator necessarily. I disprove the God of the Bible and expose the hypocrisy of this God. See, God orders people not to do a bunch of whole things, and then it does it itself. So we call that hypocrisy. Darn it. Still lots of people in the queue, just nobody that actually loads in. Anyway, please, guys, keep tapping that screen. Y'all are 10,000 likes already. Y'all are doing an amazing job at that. If you're talking to me there in the comments, I believe those things because I've read and studied the Bible, and I know what it actually says and what it's actually talking about. Therefore, I know when the New Testament says a bunch of stuff about the Old Testament that don't make no sense, I can call that out because I've actually read and know the Old Testament. Unlike whoever wrote the New Testament. What is that? Would have been nice if you would ask these questions up here in a nice manner there, Loop. The Holy Spirit convict. Nothing created everything. Who says nothing created everything? It's weird y'all get these ideas in your head and then act like they're true. People do that, though. If you're an atheist, you believe in nothing. Like, maybe you should ask an atheist what they believe instead of just proclaiming it and making yourself look like an idiot in front of everyone. That's what I would say. Just my advice. Have I heard from God before? Probably thought I heard God before. Most people don't actually hear God, though. They see these little signs in life, and then they act like that's God doing it to them, even though it's not. It's just daily occurrences and coincidences and shit. Good Lord. If you're talking to me, I believe in people, in humans, society. We're here. We got to live together. We need to do what we can to make it better for everybody in this natural world we're trapped in. That's the only thing we can do. If you're trapped in a cage, the only thing you can do is try to decorate the cage and make it better. So that's what we got to do metaphorically as humans in this fallen world we're trapped in, the sick, evil world. Yeah, I know you can't prove God. Like, thanks for admitting it. Like, Christians can never ever prove they're God. That's why it's pretty sad to believe in something so strongly that you can't even prove exists. Like, I like to believe in things that can be proven to be true personally, and not just stuff that a bunch of people say is true. I know you believe without a proof. Like, that's not a good quality, though. I'm sure y'all think it is, but it's not. It's a ridiculous quality. In reality, why would you believe in something you can't prove? I'll never understand that. I'll never understand it personally. Lots of folks piling up in here. Certainly we can get some Christians in here to debate. I ain't a mad person. I'm not a name caller. I just like to ask contentious questions. Like, the perfect conversation, in my opinion, to be had on this channel is like the highly contentious ones, but also civil. Like, we can bring up the bad points and still talk about it like normal folks, I guess. That's crazy. He likes to say that, don't he? Oh shit! Finally, somebody loading in here. Maybe it's a real person. Yashua, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Awesome.
Grand rising.
Are you over 18?
Oh snap! Do I sound over 18?
We'll get an actual person up here, not a idiot looking for attention on somebody else's live. I have no idea what that was about. Well, maybe we can get some actual conversations in here. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe I'll cut you a little quick there, Yashua. I'm going to bring you up. If you can't have an actual conversation here, then there's no point in doing this.
Man, I'm 38, brother. I was being sarcastic, but dang.
Being sarcastic about what?
You asked me my age. I'm like,
I don't want a sarcastic answer to your age. I need your age. This is TikTok thing. So, are you a Christian?
No, I'm not a Christian. Spirituality, brother.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up. But it says right here, Christians only. Some people can't read very good, I don't think. Anyway, not so far so good. Let's see. We got other people loaded in. Nope. Still tons of people passing through the queue, but we can't get anybody to load in but jokers. So. Visiting widows and orphans. You can do that without a belief in a false deity. I mean, nobody's stopping anybody from going to visit orphans, whether there's a God or not, I don't think. Yeah. And tons of comments today, tons of likes. We have got to get some Christians up in here, though. It's been, good Lord, it's been over 20 minutes already, and we haven't got a good debate in here yet. All right now. Well, I guess I'll have to start doing some commentary if we don't get a debate up in here before long. Does non-life create life? Life is made of non-life, so yes, non-life makes life. Jeremiah 44. That's just into the destruction part of the book there, isn't it? Yeah, that is wild. It's pretty crazy. There's tons of people passing through the queue, but nobody's actually loading in. I guess it's just accidents and stuff. Oh shit! We got somebody.
Yo.
Daniel, are you there? Doing good. Are you over 18?
Yeah, 19.
Awesome. And you're one of the Christians?
Yeah.
Good, good. So thank you for coming, man. So which one of these debate topics do you like to debate us on here?
I just wanted to know why you think God is unjust.
Well, because he does unjust thing like punishing people for other people's crimes.
What, like, as in, if I have a family tree and I inherit what they have, like that?
Yeah, that's not justice, yeah.
I mean, if you have a debt and it's passed down through your family, is it not just to then get that debt repaid?
No.
But don't banks also do this?
No, why should I pay a debt that my great-grandfather incurred himself? Like, what do I have to do with that?
Is it not also said if you repent, then you're forgiven?
That's what God says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if God has a baseline for everything, if everyone is sinner and everyone is deserving of punishment, and if you repent,
I don't think
that
everybody's
punishment is
deserving
removed.
of punishment. You actually have to commit a crime to be deserving of punishment.
But we all have, though. We've all sinned against God.
Yeah, inherently. That's not justice.
Well, I mean, also after the account of age ability.
Oh, so it's after the... Okay, yeah.
Well, no.
So
and
what
also-
about all
and
the
also.
babies that God unalives?
Well, which babies are we talking about? Are we talking about abortion here, or
David and Bathsheba's infant son, the Amalekite infants, the 70,000, part of the 70,000 Israelites were
Do you think
undoubtedly
any-
infants.
do
The
you think
flood,
any of
all
these-
those
sorry.
infants. Like,
yeah? Do you think
Yeah,
any
go
of
ahead.
these people knew God or were worshipping God or were on his with him?
I don't know. Does that make a difference?
Well, yes, because again, God.
Okay, so if you
God
don't
has a
worship God,
baseline.
you deserve to be unalived as a baby?
Well, no, it's a saying about being just and unjust. It's a baseline. If there is a baseline,
Okay.
then God is not biased.
So you think it's justified that a bunch of people are punished for the crimes that one person committed?
I'm saying if there is no bias, then yes, it's just. Just is just based
What
on
makes
bias.
that just?
If there is
What
no
kind of
bias,
justice system is that?
if there is no bias, it is judged. It is just.
Oh, okay. So if your great grandfather committed a crime, you would be perfectly fine with you being tortured for these crimes that somebody 200 years ahead of you committed.
Well, yes, because there's also a way out. You just repent and go back to God, and
It
you're
is
fine.
just way too easy to expose y'all's crazy ideas of justice of the
What?
Christianity.
Just is based on bias. If there is no bias, then it is just.
Justice is based on the one who commits the crime is the one that does the time. That's what justice actually is. An eye for an eye. You
Yeah,
take
again,
someone's
do you
eye,
not
you
see
get
what
your
Jesus
eye
taught?
taken. That's actual justice. You taking somebody's eye and then your whole family having their eye taken as a result is a very, very bad, skewed sense of justice.
That's not what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about. If there's a line drawn in the sand, if you cross that line at any point, doesn't matter why you cross that line. If you cross
Yeah,
it,
you,
get
not a
punished.
bunch of other people. You cross the line
talking
and a
about
bunch
you
of
as in
other
a
people
person.
get punished is not justice. That's what I'm trying to push here.
Okay, so when your great-great-grandfather's alive, you're not alive, yeah?
Yeah.
So his seed then passes through him to a woman, and then that's your great-grandfather. So that's
Yeah, that's
still
how
part of
genetics
his
work, yeah.
grandfather. So you're still connected through a bloodline.
Yeah.
So
Does that
there is
connect your
still,
crimes?
so there is
your
still
actions
essence
as a
between
person?
both of you.
Exactly. Does
So
that
it's
connect
parts of
your
sin can be
crimes and
passed down.
actions that you took as a person?
No, but again, it's sin passed down through the seed of man. Hence why Jesus
Yeah,
is
I
sinless.
know that's not justice. The
What is
whole
your
point
definition
of
of
the new
just?
covenant, even in the Old Testament, is that personal accountability will reign during the new covenant, and that kind of mess will stop.
And again, that's the whole point of Jesus. We all are set on a baseline.
Nope, that's the whole
and
point
moment
of
we
the
go
new
to it, we're
covenant in
done.
the Old Testament, not Jesus.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, the New Testament. And I thought that's what you said.
Nope.
The New Testament.
No, I said the new covenant in the Old
Yeah,
Testament.
that's for Jesus.
When,
the New
no, it's
Covenant is
not.
with Jesus.
When the new covenant forms in Jeremiah, personal accountability
Oh, you're
then
talking about
reigns,
the OT.
not generational punishments.
So
That's
the OT
justice.
so the OT with Jeremiah, is that what you're talking about
Yeah.
now? Which chapter and verse are we looking at then?
31.
31. But yeah, which chapter and verse though?
Let me see what the verse is. The verse is, I think it's 30. Oh, it's 29 and 30.
So Jeremiah, what chapter? Jeremiah chapter 30, verses 29 and
31 verses 29 and 30.
31.
Yeah, that's going to straight up tell you that individual accountability is formed during the new covenant when they come out of Babylon after the captivity. And it says each will die for their own sins. Somebody can't come and die for your sins. So it's pretty silly for people to write a New Testament based on one guy dying for your sins when the new covenant here clearly says only you can die for your sins. That's what justice is actually supposed to be about. That's why it says these messiahs are going to come and rule with justice.
Yeah, again, so if I pay your debt, so if you've got a mortgage loan or something like this, I come along and pay that for you, then you don't owe anything. This is what
That's
Jesus
not justice, that's forgiveness.
Yes, so he is a forgiving, just God, merciful God, and all-loving God. And all
It's still not justice, it's a suspension of justice.
Well, yeah, again, this is the point. This is the point the Bible makes. God is a just God.
The point is
He a
Jesus
loving
got
God,
you out
and
of
he's a
justice?
merciful. God is a loving God, a just God, and a merciful God.
He's not just, he's unjust. He commits a bunch of heinous crimes against his own people that's definitely
But
not
does
just.
it show bias? Is he showing bias?
I don't know. Shows he's a psycho.
He's not showing bias, though. That's the thing.
He is showing bias. He's unaliving thousands of people for the crimes of one person.
Who's this one person we're talking about?
David, in the case I'm talking about right now.
Again, so if these people, any of these people at all, have sinned once, that means they're destined for sin. They're destined for hell.
Yeah, no, y'all have no idea what justice actually is. You think that's
Again, I've told
one
you.
little sin gets you eternal punishment forever, and that's justice in your mind.
Well, it is justice. If you do something
It's
again,
not.
if there's a line in the sand, think about it as literally a line in the sand. If you cross over that line, that's done. You're done.
If you cross over that line, that can
Yes,
be
if the
considered
line is
justice on
crossed.
you. But if you cross the line and everybody behind you gets punished for also crossing it, even though they didn't, that is not justice, sir.
Again, this is why sin is passed down through the seed from Adam. No,
Yeah, because God is unjust. I have no idea why people think it's justified to punish a whole bunch of people for what one person did. Like, we don't do that here in America. I don't know where you're from, but you cannot punish other people for associated guilt. You have to prove that.
trying.
Yeah, they try a bunch of shit.
Again, this is why it's so much easier if you just listen to the Bible and look at it as a line in the sand.
Why would I listen to the
anything
Bible? It's a
crosses
bunch
that
of
line-
nonsense.
Why do you think it's nonsense? Because many people.
Because I've read
that
it a
have-
whole bunch of times, and the words that it say don't add up. Like, you can critique the book, and it fails on every level.
No, it doesn't, because as you've seen by
It
many
does. The
famous
prophecies
scientists,
don't come true. Jesus doesn't actually fulfill a single prophecy that the New Testament says he does. And you got all kinds of contradictory problems to begin with.
So why do you have these so-called proclaimed smart people and also actual smart people knowing that the Bible is true, knowing that
I don't know. I
certain
guess
things
because
are
they
this?
never read it.
Okay,
Because
I
I'm a
can't
very
really with this
simple
level of
person. I don't
ignorance.
think I'm any kind of genius, and I can understand this just fine. See, it says here, in those days they shall no longer say, the parents have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge, but all shall die for their own sins. The one who eats the sour grapes shall have their teeth set on edge. This is literally personal accountability being formed in the new covenant. Like, I don't know how much clearer
Yeah.
it needs to be.
It's literally talking about Jesus. There will be no longer
It's
any
literally
mourning of
not
tears.
talking about Jesus. It never mentions Jesus. It's referring exactly to the Babylonian captivity. That's why this is crazy, because Christians keep inserting Jesus into these passages when he's nowhere to be found contextually.
Do you know what a prophecy is?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 18 tells you. Do you know what one is?
Prophesying about events to come. So foretelling events
okay.
to come. So can
Yep.
you apply that to how Jesus did? People beforehand are dying of sin.
Yeah, first of
Jesus
all, there's
comes,
no
and then they
prophecies
don't.
about anybody like Jesus coming. And second of all, Jesus makes prophecy himself that does not come true. So according to Deuteronomy 18, he's a false prophet and should be unalived, which he was.
There's no point. Have a good day.
Have a good one. Well, well, 2 up, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. So what do y'all think really happened there? Do you think he just couldn't explain that and he realized it and ran on? Is that what y'all heard there too? Sometimes I'm just trying to be fair here. Sometimes I feel like the conversation's going different in my head than when I re-listen to it. It sounds a little different to me, so I don't, I'm going to have to slow my roll of being a judge of these characters here. Hey, I saw P. Mars for a second there. He's probably just passing through though. Bible debates ain't his kind of thing. He likes debating about God, but not the actual Bible. That'd be interesting there. Well, all right, let's see what's up here. Oh, somebody loading in. Hold your breath. Dr. Paul, you there?
Hey, how's it going, brother?
Going great, man. Thanks for asking. Are you over 18?
Yep,
Awesome. Are you one of the Christians?
I am.
Are you a doctor?
I am.
What kind of doctor?
Mental health.
Oh, that's cool. Well, awesome. Which one of these topics do you want to debate us on here today, sir?
So, I would want to debate that the Bible morals are a bad joke.
That's a good one.
I don't
Yeah,
agree
so you
with
got a
that.
comment, or you want me to just tell you why I think they're a bad joke?
Well, sure, I got a comment first. Like, I think that they're life-saving, and that they're the proper teachings for a man to follow, and that he can trust them. Now, sure,
Yeah.
I would like to hear what you think.
Well, I just think it's kind of crazy to get your morals from a book that condones slavery and bodily mutilation of people for like punishment for crimes. I don't think it's right to punish other people for other people's crimes, and God seems to do all these things all through the book here. It says to set women on fire if they practice witchcraft. You don't
Yeah.
think that's a good moral, do you?
I mean, it depends on what spectrum you're looking at it from.
Is it
Because
ever okay
sometimes,
to set a woman on fire for practicing witchcraft?
say it again.
Is it ever okay to set a woman on fire for practicing witchcraft?
Well, at one point in time throughout the centuries, they did think that was okay.
What about now? What do you think?
So I think we've evolved past that, where we know now that
I think so
uh
too. So let's leave this book in the past and move on.
okay, tell me what alternative you got for moving on as far as to
Secular
what
humanism.
standard, what produces the best quality of life? What type of role would you
Secular humanism, I
follow?
think. I don't
Secular
know
humanism?
anything but
What's that?
this. Like, I'm never going to think it's okay to set women on fire for practicing witchcraft. And these are laws that are supposed to last forever.
Yeah, well, I don't know about last forever. Like,
That's what it says.
so let me ask you this: do you think death was something normal?
Huh?
Like, do you think death is really supposed to be a part of life?
Yeah, everybody dies. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think that's the way it was intended to be?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, okay. So you must
Intended.
not
What do you
believe.
mean by intended? Like, who? It's just the way
Like, so
life
I'm just
works.
I'm going to based on faith and what the Bible says about the beginning of man's creation and what God's intentions were for us.
You don't base your doctorate on faith, do you?
Yeah,
You do?
absolutely.
Are you a real doctor, or
That's
you
what
have like a degree, don't you?
qualifies me. That's what qualifies me to be a doctor.
Faith?
Exactly.
It's kind of scary, man, to be honest with you.
Why does it put fear in you?
Faith, you can have faith in anything you want to have faith in. Faith is a ridiculous justification for anything.
No, I mean, it matters, sure, what you do have faith in. That's very important because you can put your faith in money, or you could put your faith in man,
No, you should
or you can
discard
put your
all
faith
faith and get rid of that crap and go with what can be shown to be true.
And what do you believe that can be shown to be true? You don't think that solidifies
Anything
God's
that can be
sovereignty?
anything that comports with reality can be shown to be true.
All right, so let's talk about reality. So look at the universe and our galaxy in particular, the Milky Way. Then look at our solar system. This stuff has been around, according to man's research, billions of years. But here we on Earth, people just running around here paying liability insurance for their vehicles. Like, do you think that this was the way life was intended to be when you look at how the universe and the solar system is set up and how long it's been around, and we only live?
There was no
At
intention. It just
best,
worked out how it worked out.
no, it don't. This was planned, and it was made,
Planned
and a
by
lot
who?
of care and time was put into it
Planned by who?
by God. Who else could
That was
come up with
one
something?
crappy plan.
No, I mean something happened. It just wasn't intended for us to be this way. You think God is
Well,
responsible?
sure, but I thought
for
we
what
was
you see
talking
every
about
day?
Bible morals.
I mean, we are, but the conversation is escalating. But we
Oh,
can
well,
go
let's
back
keep
to
it on
that.
topic here. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think you're
fine.
going to get anywhere
So,
arguing about the universe on faith-based positions.
okay. I mean, you were speaking about something factual.
Yeah, so you don't think slavery's okay, do you?
No, I don't think it's okay. I think it's a result
Do
of
you
man
think
being
bodily
independent of God.
mutilation is okay in any form of punishment?
I think any form of pain or anything that takes away anybody's dignity is wrong. Anything that makes somebody else happy and
Doesn't
another
sound like you
person.
agree with almost anything in the Bible so far.
I mean, so these are things that was recorded. It's more of a historical account. Just because they took place don't
Well,
mean
it
I
gives
agree with
laws,
them.
though. It says when people do this, you have to do this to them as a punishment.
Yeah. So imagine how
Yeah.
hard-hearted they were back then. Like we've evolved a lot more since then. So you got to think in the mid-centuries, the way the courts dealt with innocence and guilt, they would pull hot water, just the craziest thing. And this happened in the court of law. So, if you go down, so
Yeah,
you
and
could go
America
back
got
to
rid of all that. We strictly forbid cruel and unusual punishment here, which includes bodily mutilation. But God says
exactly.
bodily mutilation is okay for pretty
No,
minute crimes, really.
God doesn't say that, but that is the way that
Yes,
things
it
were handled
does.
back then. So they would cut your hand off if you stole. They
This
still
is
do that
God's
today in some of these
decrees
other
to
countries.
people. This is God saying, do these things. Keeping these laws, statutes, and ordinances are what's doing good and right in my sight, and you will keep them all the days that you live on the earth. That's what this
And
is.
that was a good thing. That was a protection.
A protection.
Yeah,
How is it a good thing to set a woman on fire
because it
for
saves your property.
practicing
It
witchcraft?
protects your family.
So
Like if
setting a woman on fire who practiced witchcraft protects you and your family.
yeah.
Why didn't God say, just strangle them or something, just make them pass out and, maybe a good death instead of a slow and agonizing one?
I don't know, man. I don't want to, drift into what God thoughts
Well, I mean,
were
that's what
for,
we're talking about. This is what
discipline
God
of-
ordered.
Yeah.
And it's not an option to God. God says you have to do this. It says you will purge the evil from among you.
Yeah, because he knew because it was like an infection. Let me ask you something. If
Sounds
you
like
get
you're
cancer, do
agreeing
you
with
want
this
to remove
stuff, but
it
you're
from your
not
body?
agreeing with this stuff.
So in part I do. But let me ask you this. If you develop cancer in your body, would you not want it all removed if it was going to grow back and infect your whole body?
Why would you want to take out cancer God put there?
So we talking about illnesses now, and we're using that to set a precedent on maybe how God's thinking was removing a cancer.
Well, I was talking
before it
about crime
spreads
and
throughout the body.
punishment, like morality. I wasn't talking about illness.
Yeah, I'm just using that as an example.
Right. But it's
Yeah.
not an
Do
example
you
of
understand?
morality. It's
No, it is.
How's that
It's an
example?
example of how God was thinking. How
He was thinking
love
he
for
would
the
give
greater,
babies
the greater
cancer.
amount. He wouldn't want a cancer to infect everybody. That's not loving. He would.
Why does he want it
protect
to
his people.
infect anybody?
He doesn't. God's not responsible for this. Man,
Then
is.
what did he make it for?
He didn't make it.
Who made it?
Cancer is a part of death. Cancer don't lead to life. Cancer takes you to death. God's not responsible for that, brother. And you
Sounds
are
like
my
he
brother.
is. No,
No,
I
it's
hear- I
not.
hear you.
You're misinformed.
I don't mind you calling me a brother.
I mean, we are brothers.
We are brothers. We
We
got to
may
live
not-
together. Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, so according to the faith,
That's
right?
why I'm trying to
You
talk
know,
to some
we all
sense into
come
you here
from.
and explain that this is not good. There is a better method than this, than setting people
No,
on
you're
fire
right.
for crimes.
So the method has already accomplished its purpose. So Jesus came, died for the forgiveness of their sins. He overpowered death. He won. He was victorious.
So nobody sins anymore. Why is cancer still around?
No, so the sins that you have now are forgiven
Oh,
because Christ
so we
died
still
for
sin,
the
but they're all
forgiveness.
forgiven automatically now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all
Until the
heard it, baby. We
conditions.
can sin all we want. Let's get it.
Yeah, but so it's a downside to that because
Oh,
God understands that we are imperfect,
oh,
but
so it's not like free
sinning.
grace. You still okay? Yeah.
No, so sin leads to death. Be careful of having that attitude. Try to be perfect.
But I thought you were
Don't
forgiven
think
for
that.
sins.
Yeah, I am. That's why I'm
How does sin
forewarning
lead to
you.
death if you're
Not
forgiven
me
for it?
forgiving. God is forgiving.
Oh. Well,
Do you understand?
how do we still have a penalty of death for sins if sins are forgiven?
So things we're living in the last days of this system. This stuff is about to fall
Oh
apart. You
boy.
can see it. I can see it.
Oh boy.
Everybody can see it. It's a breakdown in family life, relationships, wars in one place after another. The weather is spinning out of control. This is not gonna hold up. And I ain't even talking about AI yet. Like, that adds a whole nother element to we're watching things that the Bible talked about being fulfilled right in front of our eyes. So take
Like
action
what?
and do like Jesus said, keep on the watch.
Well, Jesus was a false prophet, so I don't see why we should take anything he said serious.
I would recommend that you reconsider your position and evaluate the things he talked about and try to enact them into your life.
I would recommend that to you
And
too.
do it with a sense of urgency.
I would recommend that to you too. Same thing.
Yeah. So I will heed your instructions and I will continue to exercise faith
Please
and
do,
hope
because
in
Jesus makes
God.
false prophecy over and over and over again. Nothing in the Old Testament says anybody's going to come and be anything like Jesus. He's not even a Messiah. And the prophecy that the New Testament claims Jesus fulfilled is a sad portrayal of the Old Testament.
Not entirely. So the book of Isaiah speaks in
Entirely.
detail about some of the things that Jesus
Nope.
fulfilled.
Never mentions Jesus once.
Yeah.
It don't.
So you have to have the God spirit in order to interpret the scriptures properly. You really
Oh,
do.
okay.
And I learned that.
Oh.
Because many men tried
So when it
before.
says
Jesus said
this is going to
himself,
happen and then this is going to happen, but that don't happen, it's me interpreting it wrong, right?
yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
And I get it. It's confusing.
Nope, kind of.
But that's kind of
It is
truth. It's
confusing.
truth to that.
It's
I
like
get
the
it.
Bible said A is about to happen, and A never did happen historically, or B happened, but my interpretation is wrong somehow, and not the Bible's.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're just men,
Okay.
man.
It's crazy you
we-
say that when you don't even know what example we're talking about here.
I mean, whichever one you can provide that you misunderstand.
Oh, okay. You want to see who's misunderstanding stuff here?
I mean, what you got,
We can,
brother?
we can read some stuff and see who's reading it wrong. It's actually pretty easy. You know what Jeremiah's about? What Isaiah's about?
I mean, vaguely, but I've read it before, and some of the stuff has been retained
Vaguely.
in my heart.
Okay. So what's happening in Jeremiah and Isaiah? What event are they talking about?
I would have to go and reread it to gain
Really?
immediate insight on it. Yeah, I mean, it's just. Well, I mean, what you got in mind? What? Give me an example.
I mean, I don't
maybe
expect you to have every word memorized, but I would think you know the basic premises of the stories here.
So yeah, I mean, I know a little something about the book of Isaiah, how people will live forever, and every tear will be wiped away, and how a savior was going to be sent. Just it was a number of things that Isaiah spoke about that
So
Jesus
where does
fulfilled.
Isaiah say he's going to send a savior?
Well, it may not verbatim be like I just said word for word, but he had said something similar to that.
Something
That somebody
similar
would
to
be.
that somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you can't quote me on
Okay,
it
well,
word for word.
Well, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentation, there's a whole bunch of these. They're all about the Babylonian captivity. That's what they're talking about, is that event specifically. Oh, somebody said
Yeah, but it
Isaiah
had a
9
greater
there.
meaning.
That's a good one. That's talking about Hezekiah, though. All right, what
hmm
now? Yeah, it's about the
Yeah,
Babylonian
so
captivity, right? God
the thing
says,
about the
I'm going to
Bible.
punish the Israelites, and I'm going to put you in captivity. I'm going to pour out my wrath on you. It's going to be a very, very bad time. But God constantly reassures them in Jeremiah and Isaiah that He's going to restore them. He's going to save them from this captivity, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So God promises He's going to save them and rebuild Israel, right? Rebuild Jerusalem as a city, like literally rebuilt it. Cyrus comes and does this.
Yeah. The Persians.
We're on the same
and
page
Medes
so
removed
far,
them.
right?
Yeah, I think I'm aware of what you're talking about.
Okay, so here's a prophecy, and you can tell me if you think this actually happened or not. So it says in Jeremiah 31, after the new covenant is formed, He says He's going to rebuild Jerusalem again. Anyway, here's what it says. It says, "The days are surely coming, says the Lord, when the city shall be rebuilt for the Lord, from the tower of Hananel to the corner gate." And it says, "The whole valley of the dead bodies and the ashes and all the fields as far as Wadi Kidron to the corner of the house gate toward the east shall be sacred to the Lord, and it shall never again be uprooted or overthrown." So do you think Jerusalem has been uprooted and overthrown since 536 BCE?
Yeah, I think the Jerusalem we seeing today has,
Yeah, about
has
1,000
nothing to do
times, right? Yeah. So God promised in the new covenant, when He rebuilds this city, that it's never again going to be uprooted or overthrown. He promises the throne of David will never lack a man to sit on that throne. And He promises the Levitic priests are going to make sacrifices for all time. And in the eternal covenant in Isaiah, He promises the Israelites are never going to be confounded or put to shame ever again. And on top of these prophecies that He's promising, which obviously didn't happen, He also says, if this fixed... Here, I'll just read the... it says here in
No, I get
36.
it. It's hard
It
to
says, "If
discern
this
what he's
fixed
talking
order were
about.
to ever cease from my presence, says the Lord, then also the offspring of Israel will cease to be a nation before me forever." So God promises all the stuff is going to happen forever after the forming of this new covenant. And He says, if it don't, you're never coming back ever again. So what you think?
Yeah, I think it has a greater meaning that maybe we're not able to
What about the
comprehend.
meaning that He promised a bunch of stuff that obviously didn't happen?
Nah, I mean, so
These are
God can't
prophecies.
lie.
If prophecies don't
Just
come
because-
true, they
just-
are not from God. That is
me say
Deuteronomy
this.
chapter
Let me-
18.
Look, God cannot lie. Just because we can't understand it, don't mean
He can't
that
lie.
He
He
told a
does
lie.
lie. If He can't
Yeah,
lie, He's
but
not
so
all powerful.
God
I can lie. Does that mean I'm more
cannot
powerful than God?
No, so of course he could lie if he so chose, but lying's not in him. Anything
okay.
bad isn't affiliated with
Well, He
God.
does lie, though.
According to
He
who?
lied to Adam and
You?
Eve. According to the book,
How'd he lie to him?
He told them they will die the day they eat that fruit.
Yeah. So because
Yeah.
so you're
Did
not
they die
on
that
God's
day?
not. Oh, so
Did
let me
they die
say
that
this.
day?
Did they die? Answer that question.
Yeah. No.
Clearly.
They lived for
So
like
because-
another 900 years.
Exactly. So
Exactly.
what is like
So
a
they
day to
did
God,
not
you think?
die in the day that they ate the fruit. The snake was the one who told the truth. The serpent. The serpent said, if you eat this, you won't die. You're going to keep living. So who told the truth?
God told the truth.
No, the serpent told the truth. God
Satan
lied.
confused the truth. You know, he tricked them.
God told them the day you eat of this fruit, you will die. Satan told them you will not die the day you eat this fruit. They ate the fruit and they lived past that day. So the serpent was the one telling the truth, not God.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
He told
That's what it
us
says.
the truth.
That's what it says. But anyway, what about Jerusalem being enlarged there and never again being over? Why would God promise that the city's never going to be overthrown again when it was clearly overthrown like 1,000 times since then?
Yeah, and I think that points to more proof that we don't understand what he's talking about.
I
Instead
understand
of-
what he's
instead of
talking about.
blaming
It's
him-
really, really clear. It says the city shall be rebuilt and it will never again be uprooted or overthrown. I don't understand how that's not perfectly clear.
Yeah, it's clear in another sense to
It
me.
is clear, you're right. I think it feels
But
like
not
you're
in
just
the
making
sense that you
excuses
might
for it
think.
now that it actually didn't happen, because this is clearly a false prophecy. Not to mention
That's
the whole
questionable.
other parts of it where it says the throne of David will never lack a man to sit on this throne, and Levitic priests are going to make sacrifices for all time. Like, clearly these didn't happen. And the problem's bigger than that, because it says if these things don't happen, or if they stop happening, which they did, then Israel is never going to be a nation before God again.
Yeah, brother. It takes a lot of discernment, man. Like I said, it can only be done with God's help, man. He makes it known to people he chooses.
Didn't he try to help us by writing a book telling us what he said?
Exactly.
Well, why can't we just read this book and get to some actual prophecies that
I mean, so
were
you would have to go
actually
through.
worked?
You would have to reflect on the things Jesus said, man. The scribes and the Pharisees and the Sadducees of his
Jesus
day.
was a false prophet. Why would I listen to him?
So because that's where life and truth resides with. Remember, he said that. I'm the way, I'm the life, I'm the truth. So I would stick
Yeah, but
closely
he
to
lied.
everything he said.
Why would you pay him any attention when he doesn't do anything that he is supposed to do as this Messiah?
Actually, he did everything. You know,
He did
when he was
nothing.
hanging on
Zero.
when he was
Jesus
nailed-
fulfills
when he was-
zero prophecy.
No,
Zero. That
that's
means
not true,
none.
brother. When he
is
was
true.
on when he was on a torture stake, did he not say it's been accomplished?
There ain't no prophecy about that.
Did he not say on the torture stake?
He
When
says
he
a
was
lot of
dying,
things, but I'm
it
saying
has
there
been
is no
accomplished.
prophecy about that. He doesn't even fulfill a single prophecy in context. Can you show
Yes,
us
he
what he
does.
does fulfill? Okay, what's
So
one
in the
of them?
book of Isaiah, they said that his side would be pierced and none of his bones would be broken. That was
It doesn't say
fulfilled.
that in Isaiah. That's from Psalms.
No, so it also says in Isaiah that they'll cast lots for his garments. You know, that was another thing that
That's
was
Psalms,
fulfilled.
not Isaiah. That's not Isaiah. That's
I
Psalms.
think it says he would be rejected and betrayed. You know, all these things speak about Jesus,
Well,
and
that says it in
that's
Isaiah.
what.
You're skipping around different books, though. But Psalm, you're talking about Psalm 22. That's not a prophecy. It's a lament of David.
No, I don't know about it being in Psalms.
Well, it is Psalms. I'm telling you,
Well, I'm telling you, maybe that's questionable. Maybe you're not right.
it's not. Do I need to prove it right to you and go read it?
No, I mean, you know, sure, but that doesn't mean what you're
So if
saying
I
is
go read it
accurate.
and I prove that I'm right and you're wrong, are you going to admit you're wrong?
No, I mean, so the Bible is repetitive. A lot of things are said, the same
It
things
is
are said more than
repetitive.
once
That's
in
what's
different
crazy to me
ways.
that people argue that it means this when it tells you over and over and over again what it actually means.
So, like I said before, brother, God is the one who grants a man the interpretations of his word, and he puts that man out
Why
there
didn't he just write
to
the word
explain
where
it to
we can read
everybody
it
else.
and say Jerusalem clearly was never uprooted and overthrown again? Maybe
So
make
he
the
wants
word make
the
sense. That would be great.
the word is here to draw you closer to him. The word is here to strengthen your prayers
Well, it's
and
doing
to
the
draw
opposite.
you
I
closer
became
to
an
him.
atheist because of the word.
I get it. I mean, so it's my hope, man, to snap you out of that and bring you back to the truth.
Back at you. All
Yeah.
right. So, can you name a single prophecy that Jesus actually fulfills, like an actual prophecy?
I named it already.
No, you didn't. You named Psalm
Yes, I
22,
did.
and you didn't even think it was from Psalm 22, but that's not a prophecy. It's a lament
Yeah.
of David. Yeah. So, do
You
you
know,
have an
so
actual prophecy?
I explained how he died a shameful death. All of these things were recorded. How he was born in a certain
Sir,
place.
that's not a prophecy.
Sir, that is a prophecy, something that's spoken
It's
before
not
it
a
actually happens.
prophecy.
It's prophecy. It is.
No.
How
That's a
would anybody
lament
know that he
of
was going to be
David.
born in Bethlehem?
There's no prophecy about that either.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're talking about Micah 5:2. It says Bethlehem is a clan, not a town. That is just another example of the New Testament not knowing what they're talking about because they didn't read the Old Testament good enough. You want to go read that one?
No, I'm aware of it already. I mean, my faith is solidified, brother. It's you who I'm trying to convince.
Good. You're doing a pretty bad job so far.
Hey, I'm trying, and I'm giving
Hey,
it
I hear you. I
full
appreciate you
faith.
trying. That's why we're here, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like not knowing what a prophecy is isn't going to help you convince people who do know what a prophecy is. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, I know what a prophecy is. That's how I know that Psalm 22 isn't a prophecy. There's a whole lot of prophecies in the Bible. I can point to a ton of them. Psalm 22 is
Yeah.
not one of them.
What do you think about the prophecies about the times we living in?
There's no prophecies about that.
Do you think these are the last days?
No.
Oh, you think life will continue this way?
I mean, they could be the last days, but they're not the last days because of what this book says. I'll put it that way.
Oh, so you don't think that God foresaw this coming?
No, there's no reason to think God foresaw anything coming because all these prophecies are bogus, man. They don't happen. It's a big book of unfulfilled prophecies. That's why it's crazy to me that people actually believe this when they've actually read it. But I don't feel like you've read the Old Testament really good.
I mean, I've read it.
Yeah, but you didn't even know what Jeremiah and Isaiah were about. Like I said, I don't expect you to know every word or what
did
every
know.
chapter's about, but I would expect if you've read both of these, then it should be crazily honest that at least, at minimum, you would know that they're about the Babylonian captivity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of that about the nation
You
of
wasn't
Israel.
aware of that. You didn't say that
becoming
earlier. You didn't
unfaithful.
know.
No, it had to be brought back to my attention. Like I said, I haven't read it yesterday or the day before that, but it is something I'm familiar with. Like I am familiar
So
with
it doesn't bother you that it names a whole bunch of prophecies that are obviously not true?
No, brother. Like I told you, it's let the reader exercise discernment, man. Just because we don't understand it,
Well,
don't
maybe
mean
you
it didn't
should read
happen.
for what it's actually telling you, because when it says that A is true and A clearly is not true, why should we believe it?
I mean, like I said, you should question yourself instead of questioning the word of God.
I don't respect that at all.
It's okay. Like I said, the reason I'm telling you this, man, is life saving, and your future depends on it.
It's not life-saving. It's detrimental to life. No.
It is detrimental to life. Exactly.
Let me hit you with a one of my favorite quotes from a founding father was from Thomas Jefferson, and I've got it memorized verbatim. So listen to this. This is what Thomas Jefferson said. He said, "Since the induction of Christianity, millions of men, women, and children have been burnt, fined, imprisoned, and tortured. What has been the effect of this coercion? To make half the world fools and the other half hypocrites." You know what he's saying there?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, man, a lot of the
Yeah,
Christianity
he's
we
saying
see,
y'all unalived a whole bunch of
don't
people and
originate-
tortured people for nothing, is what he's saying.
yeah, a lot of this stuff you see don't really follow behind God. They follow man. It's a scam in God's name.
Well, maybe you should read God's book because it's clearly bogus. These are not good ways to live by. We do not set women on fire for practicing witchcraft here. We do not do bodily mutilation. That's what this book is telling us to do. We got away from this, is why we're better.
It's not telling us to do that. It's telling us things that have
It
been happening.
does. It says you have to do it.
Yeah.
It says
But-
you
and,
will purge the evil from among you. It's not an option. It says you have to do it.
You don't see wisdom in that?
No, I see evil in that.
So what? I mean, what? Just curious here. How would
Where
you
in the world
propose-
is the wisdom in setting someone on fire for practicing witchcraft, which is basically mixing herbs together, according to the Old Testament, by the way? There is no way you think that's okay.
Look, I learned to trust God first. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what's
wait for him to
scary.
lead me.
Because you just trust that this stuff is good when you know it's not. That's the danger in this idea.
No, that's not true.
It is true.
No, it's not true that I know it's not
It
true.
is true. It's proven
I
every
believe it
single
is
day
true.
here. That's why we got, holy shit, there's almost 75 people watching. It's definitely true, yeah. Well, that's cool. Oh, yeah, it's definitely true, though. Like, just say it. You don't think it's okay to set women on fire for practicing witchcraft, do you?
I mean, back then, I think their ways of dealing with things was a lot
Not
different
back
than the way
then,
we
right
see
now.
things
What do you think?
What? So I would stay away from women.
I'm
that
asking
do that.
you
I would
what
stay
you
away
think
from
right
people-
now. That is not okay, is it?
What's not okay?
To set women on fire for practicing witchcraft. You're taking way too long to answer, man.
Look, I don't. What do you want me to tell you?
Should be a
no, I
real
don't
quick
think it's
no.
okay to set somebody. My thing
Thank
is,
you.
no, I don't.
Thank you. Then let's dump this book and move on.
Yeah, well, to each his own. Me, I say hold on to it, cherish it, and read it every day for instruction
I
and guidance.
read it every day. I'm reading it right now.
Oh, okay.
It's what made me an atheist, actually, and a whole bunch of people here. coincidentally.
Reading the Bible every day made you an atheist?
Yeah.
Have
Because
you
I
always
do
been
not
an
accept
was your-
unfulfilled prophecies. I do not accept that setting women on fire for practicing witchcraft is okay.
So what's your
I do not
alternative?
accept bodily mutilation as punishments. Like, this is archaic shit. It's Bronze Age thought. Time to
So
go. We got to get rid of this.
what alternative do you got?
Secular humanism. What we do in America right now, cruel and unusual
is?
punishment, is strictly forbidden.
Yeah, but although it's forbidden, it still pops its ugly head out here and there, right?
When was the last time somebody got set on fire as a government punishment for witchcraft in America?
Well, let me ask you this. When was the last time somebody got set on fire for no reason at all?
I don't know.
For not being a witch or witchcraft, just, wrong place, wrong time.
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure it's happened throughout.
I know a whole lot of people did get set on fire because of this book. That's where they got that
Yeah.
idea from. This told them to do it, so they did it. But eventually
Well, you
the
can't
founders
blame
come
them.
along
Like,
and said, this ain't working for us anymore. It's time to get out from under this nonsense. So they did.
Mm-hmm.
At least in our country. I can't speak for everywhere.
Yeah, it's wild things going on all over the place.
I don't think anybody actually wants to live in a theocracy.
I think more people than you would know would be willing to live in a theocracy.
I would probably agree with that, actually, at least ideologically. But once they actually do it, they'll want out of it real quick, I promise.
Not really. Lovers of good will thrive.
It's not about love. It's about people getting set on fire,
No, it is about
bodily
love.
mutilation, and stoning people to unalivement. These are never good.
It's always about love, man. That's what all of this is about.
Yeah, but even you don't like this stuff.
I mean, it's history. It's of course not. Nobody wants to hear about.
So why are you
people
accepting
stuff
a
like-
God that forces these laws upon his people when you don't even agree with them? They're violating your
No,
own
because I know that
standards
some
of
of the-
justice and morality.
The things he did for his people back in those ancient times was for their benefit.
So
Now, I'm
setting
not-
people
I'm-
on fire
I'm not
for
in no
witchcraft
position
was
to
to their
question him.
benefit?
Say it again.
So setting people on fire for witchcraft was to their benefit?
Maybe it will prevent it. Sure.
Well, of course, yeah. Setting somebody on fire will stop them from doing witchcraft. That's true, yeah.
Glad we can finally meet at a level ground here.
You take that as meeting at a level ground?
I mean, if you can agree that, getting rid of one protects many, sure.
Yeah, but I don't agree that's anything close to moral or right or justice.
So I don't think we're the ones who get to make that decision. Like, look, we don't know the condition of people back
What about
then,
the
or
one
what
who did make
it
the
took to
decision,
make
though?
things
You don't
right.
even agree with that.
Oh, agree with what, sir?
What we're talking about, these laws and punishments.
Yeah, I agree that God made them for our benefit.
Was slavery
that
for
was-
our benefit?
I think slavery is a condition of man dominating one another to
Is it just? Is it moral? Is it right?
maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Brother, we got a lot of work to do.
I mean,
There
so,
shouldn't- a maybe
so
shouldn't
why is-
even
why-
be able
why-
to eke
why
its
is
way in
slavery-
there.
let
This
me
should
ask
be
you
a
this.
resounding hell fucking no. It is not okay,
Okay,
to
let me
own
ask you
people
this.
as
Why is-
property.
no, because see, a lot of these words are they're explosive. So the slave and the master. Why is that a bad thing? If it's out of love, like somebody.
I
might
really
be in a-
wish you, out of love, you can't own somebody's property out of love.
Well, in America, you could. What do you think? What do you think? All slaves agreed with slavery, or all masters agreed? It was the
I
law.
don't know
It was
any
the
slaves that agree with slavery personally, but I don't know any slaves either personally. We got rid of that nonsense a long, long time ago, thank goodness.
Brother, you know a lot more slaves today than it was back then. Trust me. Just because you're not a slave.
Oh yeah,
to
name
another
a slave I
man-
know. Name a slave I know.
So anyone that is running around being led by their desires is a slave to their desires.
That's not
Anyone
what a
that
slave is. A slave is a person who is owned by another person as property and has no rights. They cannot make their own decisions.
so that's not what a slave is. A slave
Yes, it
is more
is.
of an indentured
So you
servant.
don't
No,
even know
not
what a
that's
slave is.
that's
What you think
no,
it's
you
bad?
don't. That's America's
you
terms
don't.
of slavery. That's the definition of slavery in America. That wasn't the definition of slavery elsewhere. Europeans started this buy and sell and property and no rights and free labor and permanent enslavement, no debt, selling people's family off. That was an American concept. That was capitalism.
It was a Bible concept because the Bible says you can own people as property. God has no problem with this.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
according to the Bible's explanation of it, a man could be released from slavery and buy property and acquire his freedom.
No,
And you
an
had
Israelite
a
can be
man.
released for
So
slavery, and only
now
if you're a
hold on,
male. Everybody else
let me
is property
let me
for
finish.
life that you can pass on to your children.
So look at the option a man had. A man could remain a man's slave. If he felt that his master took good care of him, he could prick his nose and remain with this person. You had that option that you could stay a man's slave because he took care of you. He took
Do you
care
know
of your
why?
family.
Do you know why it says you can do that?
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I'd
want me
like
to
to
tell
hear
you?
your explanation.
You want me to educate you on that one?
I mean, I'm
So
open to it.
if it's a Hebrew, you have to let them go after 6 years. But the Bible actually gives you a little trick where you can trick them into staying and being your Hebrew slave for life. And that trick is if you take in a male slave and you give him a wife and he has children with them, when it comes time to actually let him go, he cannot take his wife and kids with him. So if he wants to stay and be with his wife and kids, you get to pierce his ear, and then he has to profess that he's your slave for life at that point. It's tricking them in to staying your slave for life. Congratulations.
No, like I said, what you're saying is questionable, but
It's
sure,
not.
I'm
It's
sure
what
things,
it
I'm sure
freaking
things
says,
like that.
man.
It's
what
it's
it
possible things
says.
like that happen.
This is just getting kind of sad to me, honestly. It's what it says, man.
The truth has a weird effect on people sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
It shouldn't make you sad though.
No, you're making me sad. Your answers are making me sad here.
I mean, I'm just telling you that your definition of slavery in America wasn't the same definition of slavery back then. That's all.
It was owning people's property. That was the same thing. I'm sorry you don't agree, but it's quite clear.
No, it's not as clear as you make it seem, brother.
It should be. I don't know why it's not, but especially if you're a
No,
doctor.
like I told you, man, for interpreting these things
I didn't even
is
graduate middle school, and
is
this
important.
seems pretty straight up to me.
Nah, it's questionable to me.
I know it is, but it shouldn't be.
Things will
So
become
why
clearer
would you
with time,
worship a
man.
God that
Trust in
violates
God.
your own sense of morality? If you don't think slavery's okay, why are you okay with a God that's okay with slavery?
Because I know he's not responsible for that.
He is.
But
He's
I
the
know
one
that
allowed it.
I know that
Sounds
he
like you're just
brought it a way
directing
out.
the blame away from the God that's causing all this stuff and saying, "Oh, let's worship God."
No, it sounds like you're misinformed of who to blame. Like it's not
I'm
God's
not
fault that
misinformed. I've read the
all this
book.
stuff
I
is
know what the
happening.
book actually says. You don't, sir.
Oh, no, actually, I do. So, okay,
You
let's go
don't.
back to the beginning real quick.
I
So
think it's been
when
proven quite clear who knows more about the Bible than you do right now.
well, I don't think so. So let's go back to the beginning with Adam and Eve and the conditions God placed them in when everything was before all of this big mess happened. Did he not make them to live forever? Did they not have everything they wanted? But God gave them boundaries because as humans, we need boundaries. He
That's
had
a
to let them know
mythological story to start with.
it's not
So
mythological. It's
it,
factual.
yes, it is.
If you
It's
have
not
faith.
factual.
If you
It's a
have faith.
myth
Now you want
made
to
up
turn
by
it to
Bronze
mythological.
Age Middle Easterners.
Nah, brother, you're wrong.
You think a snake actually talked to people in a garden?
Yeah, I do. Sounds weird, but I think so. I also think
It does
Moses
sound
threw down
weird.
his rod
It
and
sounds
it turned
psychotic
into
to
a
me,
snake.
actually.
Yeah. I mean, what's your alternative? What do you believe? How do you think all of this got
I
here?
don't know. I believe what we
Oh, you don't
see
know.
every day with our own eyeballs that snakes are incapable of talking.
Yeah, well, clearly someone was talking through the snake. It wasn't that the snake was
Oh,
talking, it was somebody using the snake, a higher form of intelligence.
oh, well, who was that?
Well, you read it. you said you read the Bible, right? Tell me who you.
I never read anything that said somebody was making the serpent say these things. Can you show me where it says
Yeah.
that?
I mean, it's kind of like self-explanatory when you don't hear snakes talking today, right?
No, I don't.
But you heard, but
Why
the
in the
Bible
world would I
says
think one
one
talked
spoke
back
to
then?
Eve.
Why would I especially think one talked to convince a lady to eat a magical fruit?
Because you trust God's explanation of things.
It's
That's
not
why.
God's
You have
explanation.
faith.
It's a Bronze Age Middle Eastern myth.
No, it's not, brother. It's
It
not.
is. They plagiarize these stories from other Bronze Age Middle Eastern societies.
Nah, man.
Yeah, man. You know the story of Noah is from the Epic of Gilgamesh, right? Like it was plagiarized directly from there.
No, I don't know that. And research
Oh,
has
we
been
should
done
know that.
into these matters, and they've all panned out to be questionable. So what I do know
I've
is
done
this.
research
Tell me
into
if you
these
agree.
matters. I have a whole video
Okay,
on
look.
it.
So are you aware that they found the Dead Sea Scrolls and that they matched it up to the Bible translations of today, and it proved to be just as accurate now as it was back then?
I
Are
think
you
the
aware of
Dead
that?
Sea Scrolls. No, that's not true. There's a
No,
whole lot
that
of
is true.
differences. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And I know that because I actually studied them.
Okay, well, I'm telling
What
you
we did
that's not
discover
true.
about the number one best discovery that came from the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls is that it proved that they were going back into the Old Testament and just cherry picking lines and trying to apply it to Jesus in the New Testament. So it proves they were really good cherry pickers, is what it does.
No, that's questionable, brother.
It's not.
It is.
You've never
And
heard
the
of
same way
Pesher
you
or
can argue one
Pesherah? There's
perspective,
entire commentaries
another
on this.
perspective.
Do you know what
Say it again?
Pesher is? You know what Pesher is or Pesherah? Pesherim?
No, I don't.
It's commentaries in the Dead Sea Scrolls. How have you never heard of those?
I mean, because I don't let myself go down rabbit holes. So, my thing is stick to what
You
I
were
know
talking
is
about the Dead
trustworthy
Sea
and reliable.
Scrolls. This is part of what was found there. The Pesher commentaries. It was
Yeah,
reinterpretations of the Old Testament.
okay.
Grazed right over that part there, did you?
Nah, like I said, I just ain't familiar with your terminology.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you, it was one of the commentaries, the Pesher commentaries. They were literally going back and taking lines from the Old Testament and reapplying them to the New Testament, Jesus and stuff. Or making new men, not necessarily Jesus all the time, but yeah, you should probably take a look at those. Not that it'd do any good, I don't think. So, any chance at all we can circle back around and get you to show us a prophecy Jesus actually fulfills?
You know what he fulfilled.
I know what he fulfilled. He fulfilled 0 prophecies. That's why I'm not a Christian anymore. If he actually fulfilled these prophecies, I would probably still
Come back,
be
man.
a Christian.
Come back.
Heck no. Why would I?
Which one? Which denomination were you?
Probably something closest to Southern Baptist or Pentecostal.
Oh, okay.
But either way, I can just read the book here and say this is clearly a big book of nonsense. So I dumped it the moment I realized that. So is it possible you can name for us a prophecy Jesus actually fulfills?
I mean, we covered that already, brother.
Yeah, but you never actually gave us a prophecy he fulfills. You was just bringing up Psalm 22, but that's not a prophecy.
He was born
And you
from
thought
a
it was
virgin.
from
He was born in
Isaiah.
Bethlehem. He was
Those
betrayed.
aren't prophecies.
None of his bones were broken.
All right, hold on a
he
second.
wrote-
You've actually named
No.
one we can work with here.
So he rode into Jerusalem on a donkey.
Didn't
It's a
fulfill
number
that
of them.
prophecy either. You know there's a whole lot more to that prophecy than riding a donkey, right?
No, I don't. I told you I don't go down rabbit holes.
Of course you don't, but you've never actually read the prophecies.
No, I have read
You're not
it.
making yourself look better here.
I mean, I'm not in a look good contest. I speak truth and leave it at that.
You're not giving us any truth. You're giving us ignorance.
No, you're ignoring truth for ignorance. You want to go down a rabbit hole about all this other stuff that's been added to mislead.
What
I'm
is
willing to
name
stick
a single
within the
part of
walls
the
truth.
prophecy from Zechariah 9:9 besides riding the donkey? What's the rest of that prophecy? What's another part of it?
I don't know. You'd have to read it so
That's called
I could
ignorance, sir. You don't know what the actual prophecy is. But guess
It's
who
not
does?
called ignorance.
Me.
It's called. It just doesn't come to
It's
my mind at the
ignorance. You
moment.
don't know. That's ignorance.
Okay, well, don't assume what I don't know, as
You just
opposed to
told
what I
us
can't
what you
remember.
don't know. I don't have to
Just
assume.
because,
You've just displayed
just
it for us.
okay, just because I can't remember immediately doesn't mean I don't know, sir.
Well, then just say you don't know if you don't know.
No, I mean because that would be a partial truth. Like sometimes my
Hmm.
memory will have to be jolted. Read the scripture.
Well,
Let's see what we talking
what you
about.
said. Yeah, but what you said is he fulfills all these prophecies. You said he fulfilled the
He
prophecy
does.
by riding a donkey. I said, tell us another part of this prophecy besides riding the donkey, and you couldn't do that. You've read
So
what
he
you
wrote
wanted
it.
to read and discarded everything
No.
else.
Okay, so let me do the research on how he got the donkey. This is just me brainstorming. He sent his apostles into a city and told them that they would
Correct.
find a donkey, and then they gave it to him, and
Yep.
then he got on and rode it, and then he rode it into Jerusalem. That's what comes up in my immediate memory.
That was actually pretty accurate. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he gets his disciples, the henchmen, to go steal the donkey for him so he can fulfill this prophecy, right?
Well, they didn't steal it, but it could
Oh,
be perceived that way. But that's
did they
questionable.
ask anybody
I'm
for
not sure.
permission?
I mean, so it was prophesied. These things just. So
Oh, okay.
look what he did when it came to paying the taxes for him and Peter. How he did it. He just said,
Okay,
"Go
so
grab it
he
out.
rode the
Go
donkey
get a
into
fish."
Jerusalem. What other parts of that prophecy did he fulfill besides riding the donkey? Coincidentally, the part anybody with a donkey can do.
So he was unjustly tried and convicted.
That wasn't
Those are
part of
things that
that
were
prophecy.
prophesied. That
Here, I'll
wasn't
tell you,
all
we'll
of
just
it's
have,
a part of the same thing.
it's not.
Yes, it is, brother.
No, it's not. Here, we'll just read it. I'll read it to you for the first time ever here since you haven't read it. All right. It says, rejoice greatly, O daughter Zion. Shout aloud, O daughter Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you. Triumphant and victorious is he, humble and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a donkey. He will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the war horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off. And he shall command peace to the nations. His dominion shall be from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. Now, this is just the first part of this prophecy. There's actually 3 more parts to it. So, when Jesus rode that donkey into Jerusalem, did he become the king of a worldwide empire of never ending peace?
Yes, he did, sir.
No, he didn't, sir.
So I'm gonna tell you what happened, right?
Not even according to the Gospels did that happen. Luke says it
So
didn't happen. It says he cries and blames the people for this not happening.
so this is why I say you got to rely on God's spirit to lead you,
This is why
right?
I say you should probably read the book before you proclaim you know what's in it.
I mean, I just told you what the donkey did, how he sent his apostles there. Clearly, I got some
And I
type of
just showed
interpretation.
you that there's a lot more to this prophecy than riding a donkey, and Jesus didn't do any
No
of it.
question. It is a
No
lot more
question.
to it than just riding a donkey. He
Exactly.
was
Jesus
trying.
didn't do
He
any of
was,
it besides riding a donkey.
sir. He did all of it, and all of
He
the
did.
responsibility
Nope.
is lies with him.
Where in the
Imagine
world
the
is
way
this worldwide peace that this spoke of?
it is in present day fulfillment.
Oh, okay. So the war
We, we,
going on
we,
in Jerusalem right now is peace in your mind?
no, it's the prelude to
Oh,
peace.
okay. Sounds like
It's
you just
coming.
admitted this didn't happen.
Yeah. So no, these are the last days, brother. The things they spoke about then
Oh,
are
okay.
coming
Well,
to
this
fulfillment.
prophecy says the day this king rides this donkey into Jerusalem is when this stuff is supposed to take place. So clearly not
W-
Jesus.
w- Once again, we don't see time the way God sees time, and
Do
that
we
was the lie
see
that was
a
told to
day
Eve.
the same way the Bible says today this is going to happen?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Well, you probably should because it's talking about the same thing.
No, it's
A
not,
day
brother.
is a day.
Get out
Like
of
the
the
people who
rabbit
wrote
hole.
this knows what a day is. It's when the sun comes up and then goes down. By the time it's coming back up again, you've reached a
So
new day.
the people that wrote the Bible didn't know certain things. They didn't know the earth was
They knew what a day
round, but the
was, sir.
Bible did.
They didn't
Sir,
know a
they
lot
did
of
not
stuff, I
know.
agree, but they know what a day was.
That's questionable.
You're telling me that they don't even know what a day is, but you're going to listen to them on their laws and moralities? What happened?
Nothing. Started reading these weird comments.
No. Yeah, don't worry about the comments. They're attacking both of us.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it.
I
It just
ain't
caught
either.
my attention.
Yeah, I hear you. Don't worry about that. So anyway, Jesus clearly did not fulfill the prophecy from Zechariah 9:9, yet you insist he did for some reason. So
Everything was fulfilled through Jesus, sir.
it wasn't.
It
Like
was.
even the Gospels literally say this didn't happen. So what are you arguing with here, me or the Gospels?
Well, I'm not arguing with neither. I'm trying to convince you and restore your faith in the Bible and bring you back as a Christian brother. Because I think maybe you could be used in powerful ways by God if you
Yeah, I'm
just
trying to
turn
bring you
away.
back to reality and dump this crazy belief system because I don't think you're making a good case for this at all right now.
I think I'm making a perfect case and a fine stand
You're
for
not.
truth.
You're insisting things happen that clearly didn't happen.
No, that's what you're doing.
No, that's what you're doing. I am reading
No,
what
you
it says and calling it by the historical context of what we know didn't happen.
but
Even
you're
the Gospels
misinterpreting it,
said
sir.
this didn't happen. No, I'm not. What's my
Yes, you
interpretation?
are.
What's wrong with it? What did I
Your
misinterpret? Sir?
interpretation is either it happened or it didn't happen. And my interpretation is that let God answer these questions. My interpretation is
Why would I
faith.
let your imaginary friend answer my question about the book?
Because you know that he has sovereignty over us. He
I don't
has
know
the
nothing.
right
I
to.
think he's completely imaginary and this book is bogus. So you're going to have to make
He's
a
not,
case
brother.
to bring me back if you want to based on reality.
Okay, so his invisible qualities are clearly seen when we look at creation. When we
You
look at
saw something
everything out
invisible?
here, I seen something that only a higher form of intelligence could put together.
Okay. Well, how did Jesus fulfill this prophecy is what I want to know.
Yeah.
If you want to bring me back to Christianity, prove to me that Jesus actually fulfilled these prophecies because that's why I left.
I mean, I told you already, brother. If you don't want to accept it, what else can I do? I can tell you
So,
again.
no,
but
you're
we've
just
been here
saying it
before.
happened and trust God that it happened, but I can clearly read these
No, what I'm
words
saying
and
is that the
historical
things in
context and know that it didn't happen.
no, the things in the Bible that was written about before the Gospels were written were brought to fulfillment in the Gospels. The things that is said about the Messiah.
The Gospels say this didn't happen. Do you understand that, right?
No, I don't understand that.
Well, I'll explain it to you then. So this says when this king enters Jerusalem on this donkey, he's going to rule an empire from the throne of David, a worldwide empire from the river to the sea to the end of the earth. And he is going to command peace to them. That means there's not going to be wars and stuff. Unfortunately, there's been wars raging for ever since then. Not to mention that even supposing Jesus was this Messiah, when it comes to this prophecy specifically, Luke chapter 19 actually says this did not happen. Like Jesus is literally on this donkey right before Jerusalem, and he starts crying and blaming the people for this not happening. He says, you didn't recognize what made for peace. So he's literally admitting that this prophecy didn't come true. Jesus
No,
himself.
brother.
Yeah.
He was fulfilling it as he spoke.
How can he fulfill a prophecy he cries about and blames people for it not being fulfilled?
What was that scripture that he read in the temple where he was saying, "This day, this prophecy has been fulfilled"?
What
Are you
about
aware
the
of that
part where he cries and blames the people for this not happening?
one? Well, read the scripture.
Luke 19.
Let me hear it. Let me so we can get an idea of what
All
you're
right.
talking about.
All right, good. I will. Don't worry. Let me let's do it on this one. All right. Luke chapter 19. So I'm going to start reading right after it's saying he's rode the donkey and the disciples are crying out Hosanna and highest heaven and stuff, right? All right. This is what happens while he's still sitting on this dang donkey. And it says, as he came near and saw the city, he wept over it. So he's sitting on a donkey crying right now, saying, if you, even you, had only recognized on this day the things that make for peace. You remember what the prophecy said? It says this king has to come and command peace to the nations. So Jesus is crying here and saying, y'all didn't recognize what makes for peace. How dare you, simpletons, Pharisees, you awful, awful people. It doesn't say that, but anyway. It says, but now they are hidden from your eyes. Indeed, the days will come upon you when your enemies will set up ramparts around you and surround you and hem you in on every side. They will crush you to the ground, you and your children within you, and they will not leave within you one stone upon another, because you did not recognize the time of your visitation from God. So Jesus is literally admitting this prophecy didn't happen. He's crying about it, and he's blaming all the people that it didn't happen and not God.
No, that's not true at all, brother. Actually, he was
No,
prophesying.
you heard
about
what I
something
just
that was
read, right?
wrong.
You're telling
Yeah.
me that was a prophecy?
Yes, it was.
And why did he make this prophecy? Actually, I guess.
I mean, because so they it's like the conversation he had with that woman, right? Where she was like,
What
we
was he
supposed to
crying
worship
about
in the
right there?
mountain.
What
Oh,
was he
okay. I mean,
crying
I was
about?
trying to tell you. He was crying about
Okay.
Jerusalem, how it went from being a holy place to nothing now.
Okay, so if he's the king commanding peace to the nations, why isn't he commanding peace? Instead, he's crying, blaming them that they didn't like peace.
So he told them, my kingdom is no part of this world.
Oh boy.
Jesus
So
wasn't affiliated
I don't
with
know
the
how you're
current.
not understanding what's happening here. The
I
prophecy
mean, brother, you
Jesus
have to
is
want to believe
supposedly
these things.
fulfilling.
You have to
Yeah,
put
because
faith
they
in them.
don't make any dang sense.
Like I told
Jesus
you,
is
would
supposed to be
believe God's.
fulfilling a prophecy that is literally about a king commanding peace to the entire world. What
Brother,
actually happens is he's sitting on a donkey crying and blaming all the people that this prophecy didn't happen. So
what you're saying isn't true. I'm sorry. And I hate to make you feel, anything other than a moment of whatever, but you're wrong.
no,
You're twisting
you're
the
wrong.
scriptures. No, you're
You're
wrong,
twisting
brother.
the scriptures and you are making wild shit up in your head and trying to
No, I'm not.
say I'm weird for not accepting it. You are not the one being biblical here. I am.
Brother, just because you don't accept it doesn't make you weird to me. It's my hope that because that I
It
plant
makes
water
you
and
weird
God
to
may
me
grow.
that you do accept this when it's clearly not making any sense.
I mean, well, I forgive you for feeling that way. I'm not
Well, I
hurt
forgive
by
you
that.
for
This
feeling
is
that way
not
too. Thank you. It's a reciprocal forgiveness. Yeah.
good.
Good. Yes. All right. So throw a 1 in the chat if you think I have commanded the Bible knowledge in this conversation, and 2 if you think it was Dr. Paul who knows more about the Bible. Just a little poll here before we move on. Oh, we got a 1. So throw 1s in the chat if you think I know way more about the Bible than this guy here. Oh, you got a 2. You got 1 2. 2 2s. Yep, you got a Q. Or maybe I got a Q. Well, look at there. There's some Christians in here. Christians, please stop putting 2 in multiple times. You get 1 vote. Well, anyway, doctor, I am still more of an atheist than ever. I don't think you know the Bible very well. And I think you've made it clear you're willing to twist yourself into middle pretzels to try to make sense of the book here.
That's fine. I mean, I get how some people, man, they reject it, right?
I
Their heart's
reject
not
it
open.
because it's full of nonsense.
Nah, it's
I
life
used to
saving.
believe this was all true, then I actually scrutinized it, and it failed miserably when it comes to the.
So what was it that led you astray? Like what
We
was
have
it
just
that
spent the last hour talking about this.
I don't know if it was the last hour, but is that what made you
Close
turn
to
away
it.
from Christianity?
Yeah, the Bible.
So what was your alternative? So now how do you view life? You said something about
I'm an atheist.
something, I think. Oh, okay.
I don't think
So
there's any
what's-
gods. I view life now through secular humanism.
So I gotta wonder if that comes across as somebody without hope and what that looks like being hopeless. Seems like that would be an angry person.
I don't know. I don't understand why you would hope in an imaginary slave driver.
Just my thing is that God's gonna correct what happened, and the correction has already been done. It's just now
If we're living in the corrected state, it doesn't say much for this God.
we are, because we got the knowledge and the tools now.
You ain't got no knowledge. I got way more knowledge of this book than you got.
I mean, how can you assume that?
Because we just proved it.
I mean, everything you talked about, I was aware of, right?
No, you wasn't. I asked you questions and you wasn't aware. I had to remind you, remember?
Yeah, but once my
Yeah.
memory was jolted, it was remembered, was it
Oh,
not?
yeah. Well, you just made different excuses after that. But
No, it was different understandings we got here.
yeah, but your understanding is coming not from the Bible. Mine is.
No, your understanding is not coming from the Bible. Mine's
It
is.
is. I'm the one actually reading it and making cases based on the words of this book. You're not.
I mean, brother, I'm trying to instill faith in you.
Good luck with that shit, because I think faith is a bogus concept. You can have faith in anything you want to.
That's what I said earlier. You argued against that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying faith is a bogus concept. It's like Mark Twain said, faith is believing what you know ain't so. Faith is the excuse people give when they don't have an actual reason for believing things. And, you know, under the ruse that it's some kind of virtue when it's actually just been people being ignorant. You believe it because it makes you feel good. That's faith.
Nah, it doesn't make me feel good.
Huh. Then why have faith? Maybe go towards something that does make you feel good.
I mean, faith is hope. Well, you're right. It does to a degree make me feel good.
Oh, okay. So, as a mental health doctor, would you tell people hope are good qualities?
I would tell people endurance is a good quality and hope in the proper things. Like, don't place your hope in emptiness of words. Put your hope in things that have a true foundation.
Well, that's not the Bible, is it?
No, that is the Bible.
It's not. I just read a whole bunch of stuff that's bogus
That's
in
how
the
you
Bible.
get so
Bogus
endurance.
prophecies, bogus prophecies, fulfillments, all kind of
No,
stuff.
your interpretation is off, brother. That's the problem. It
It's
ain't the
not off.
Bible.
It
It's your,
allows
it's
slavery.
your
It says to
understanding.
set people on fire for practicing witchcraft. Like, my interpretation ain't off. Yours is.
No, well, we went over that.
I'm the one who
How?
cared about the actual context of this book, not you.
No, I'm very concerned with the context of the book, and I
You don't
agree
seem
it has been
concerned with it.
tampered with. I am. This is a guidebook of my life to a lifestyle for me. It's very
Okay,
concerning to
so
me.
when it says God is going to
And it
rebuild
takes precedent.
Jerusalem after the Babylonian captivity and it's never again going to be uprooted or overthrown, what do you got to say about it being uprooted and overthrown about 1,000 times?
I would say look to God for the answers through prayer. Don't get caught up on things that you don't immediately understand.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just pray about it real quick.
Fine.
Lord, how come these prophecies in your book here
Sir,
never come
I don't
true,
have
Lord?
anybody
Maybe
just
you
pray
can
over
enlighten
me
us and
like that,
explain
so
to us
please.
why these prophecies never happen, Lord. That would be great. Thank you, all women. Oh, nothing happened. I thought I'd get like some kind of enlightenment or something. Should I try it again?
I would say do it in private and do it with a sincere heart.
I was sincere. If stuff is bogus and God's going to come
You
tell me why
seem
it's
to be
not
mocking
bogus,
God,
I
making a
want him to do
mockery
that.
of the opportunity to have a relationship with Him.
I had a relationship until I was 27 years old with him. Why couldn't he
What
reveal it to me
happened?
then? I read the book.
Maybe you
Started
closed your
using my
heart to it.
brain. I started holding this book accountable for its actual words and context. That's why I'm an atheist right now. It was the Bible. You should probably read it too.
Yeah, I haven't been reading as much as I used to.
Well, keep reading it. You'll turn into an atheist eventually.
Nah, I doubt I'll ever turn into an atheist, but just haven't been up on my studies as I usually am.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
I don't know about cool, but definitely something I'm conscious of
Yeah, it is what it
because
is.
I like to live by God's word.
So why don't you?
Just stumbled, just dealing with my own flaws. Life for a righteous man is hard out here, man. Because you get
God
tested.
says it's supposed to be easy.
No, that's not what He says, actually.
It is what he says. Again, I know what the book says. You don't.
I know what it says too. You know,
Then why don't you know that God says these laws are not too hard or far away from you? He's literally telling you they're not hard.
they are hard, brother. It's hard. It's hard to maintain.
Not according to God. So I don't know why you're contradicting his word all of a sudden. But
I'm not contradicting his word. I'm speaking
you
about
are.
my
God
own.
says these
My
laws
own
are easy for
imperfections.
you. He says these are not too hard or too far away from you. He says it's easy.
I don't know. You'd have to read the scripture that supports what your claim.
So if I go read that, are you going to admit you're wrong?
I mean, we can go over it, read it, and we'll go from there.
I will. Oops. Oops. So when I read you that these laws are not hard according to God, you're going to say, oops, I was wrong there. It is supposed to be easy. My bad. That's what's going to happen, right? Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 11. Surely this command that I am commanding you today is not too hard or far away from you, nor is it too far away. It's kind of what I just said it said.
No, it's not kind of what you just said, but
Surely this command that I am commanding you today is not too hard for you, nor is it too far away. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I just said. This is all recorded, by the way. Does that sound like it's supposed to be hard?
I mean, we living in the last days, man. Things are harder now than they was back then.
All right. Well, I hear you, buddy. I really appreciate you coming up and talking to us. You were really cool to talk to. But I
Amen,
think we're
man.
going
Nice
to move
talking.
on and see if we can find somebody with some little stronger cases to make of Christianity and the Bible here.
No problem.
Have a good one, my brother. I appreciate you coming up. That's actually the exact kind of conversation we'd like to have here. We can have contentious arguments, like, but we were civil the entire time, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We have got 75 freaking people up in here right now. Oh man, that is pretty awesome. Whole bunch of people, and I've still got. I've got a pretty sharp cutoff today, but I've still got over an hour, so we can just keep on rocking. Oh, let's check some stuff before we move on to the next person. I'm getting faked out constantly, but there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 people in the queue right now. So be patient, just another moment. And let me check my statuses here. Holy crap! I'm up to 636 followers right now. So I've got 37 followers just during this live so far. Y'all are freaking awesome. I'm tickled shitless. Like, I just can't believe people watch a undereducated hick from Alabama school some Christians in here. If you think I'm schooling the Christians. That's what I kind of like about this, though. I like to ask that question, even though it is kind of biased. I feel like, throw one in the chat if you think I won. But you saw, like, that guy got, like, I don't know, what did he get? Like 6 or 7 twos in there? I mean, I had like 25 ones, but he had some twos. So that's pretty cool. I'm without Sid. That's funny. Anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and bring in the next one. We got about an hour left. Who was next here, actually? Wish I had a better. All right, so. Dang it. All right, I really wish I could remember these better and do it more fair, but I'm going to try to pick the person that I thought was the first one requested up. Probably not still here. That was a long conversation, but let's see. Oh, it is here. Shit. All right, first one up. Maybe. Maybe not. It's taking too long. All right, he's not loading in, even though he was in the queue. All right, let's bring up Laser. I think Laser was the next one. Oh, it said Laser chomping at the bit here. Come on up, Laser. Laser, you there? You over 18?
Yes, brother.
Awesome, awesome. Are you one of the Christians?
Yes, brother. Jesus is God.
Okay, cool. So which topic do you want to debate us on here?
You're saying God is unjust.
Yeah.
Why is God unjust? According
Because
to you.
he does unjust things like punishing people for other people's crimes. To me, that's never considered
Name the
justice.
chapter and verse.
What?
Name the chapter and verse that you said is unjust.
1 Samuel chapter 15.
Okay, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 15.
It's the slaughter of the Amalekites. Here, I'll just read it for everybody. It's real quick. It says,
What verse is it?
Samuel said to Saul, "The Lord sent me to anoint you king over his people Israel. Now therefore listen to the words of the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, I will punish the Amalekites for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. Now go and attack Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. Do not spare them, but unalive both man and woman, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey." So God is just said to us that he's punishing these people for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. That was an event 400 years prior to this. So God is punishing people 15 generations down the line for people before that losing a war. So if that's justice, I am a donkey. You there? Oh, it's paused up. I don't know what happened.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, what's up, though? Yeah, make that justice for us.
If God's people are holy and he goes and says, take them to the Holy Land, and these people oppose them, why should they oppose a holy God?
Oh, because
Why
they
are
were
these
trying to.
Amalekites?
There was people trying
No.
to take their home, so maybe they was just fighting for their home. But they lost
According
anyway.
to
They lost the
whose
war.
moral standard are you gonna base this on? Yours?
Yep, mine.
Why? Do you know all things?
Who am I supposed to know? God don't know all things either. So whose standard am I supposed to put
You
it
don't
on
know
if not
all
my own?
things,
Am I
so
supposed
why
to
do you
trust
say it's
yours?
unjust? Do you trust your brain for
I just
evolution?
told you, because he's punishing people for other people's crimes. I would like to know why you think that's actually okay.
He's punishing people for other people's crimes.
Yeah, he's punishing the Amalekites for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came out of Egypt. That was
He's
400
destroying the
years before
Amalekites.
this slaughter that he's ordering here. 400 years.
And according to your standard, right? This is
Yeah.
your standard of
Again, whose standard am I supposed to be using here?
God's standard.
Screw God's standard. His standard's awful. Why should I use it?
Then why should you use your own standard? If you
Because
are you
this is
all-knowing?
the brain I have right here.
Okay.
This is the one I
So
got. This is the one I use, me.
okay, let's
Okay, maybe you should
let's say
use
God
that one
doesn't
you got up
exist.
there
Let's go
too.
with your paradigm. Let's go with your paradigm.
Okay,
And it says everyone is
please
based
do.
on a
Yeah.
subjective morality.
Yep.
Everyone's morality is based on their own.
Yep.
Why should anyone? What if someone's what if someone's standard is to kill others? Why is your right over this? Why is your standard over
What?
someone else's?
What are you talking
If God
about?
doesn't exist, and we all came from animals and evolution,
Yep.
why is killing someone else wrong?
Because you are harming them against their will.
What if it's their moral standard that they want to kill people? Are you putting your right
What
over
in
their
the
right?
world are you talking about, dude?
If there is no objective morality and
There
everybody's
is no objective morality.
okay, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
If everybody's morality is based upon their own decisions and their
Okay,
own
so
mind,
you're trying to say, why can't you just make up whatever you want and that's morality? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that God is the one that gives objective morality, and we all based it on that. But if you're
Well,
saying
screw
God doesn't
that. I
exist,
want no part of your God's
okay,
morality
that's what I'm
because
saying. I'm
your
just not
God
going with
punishes
what you're
people
saying,
400 years after the fact.
my friend.
I'm saying this is not justice.
According to you. So if you
Yeah.
go with your
Not according to you
paradigm,
either, unless
everyone's
you're going to say it's okay to punish people for other people's crimes.
if
Do you
morality
deserve
is
to be punished
subjective
for
to
what a bunch of other
everybody,
people did? Do you deserve to be punished for what a bunch of other people do?
Let me ask my question. If everyone's morality is based on their own subject, if everything is subjective morality, and a serial killer loves to kill people, why is your morality better than theirs? If everything's subjective,
I've already said this, because you are causing them harm against their will. Morality is
And
what we do in regards to each other. So if you intentionally harm someone against their will, you are violating morality. It is immoral.
according to you, but according to a serial
According
killer,
to you, too. You just want to shift away from that when your God is actually responsible of these things.
you're saying there is no objective morality and everything's based
Okay,
on
so now
subjective.
answer my question. Do you think it's okay
I'm
to
going
punish
with what
people
you're
for
saying.
other people's crimes?
I already said we'll go with what you're saying. If
Okay,
there is
so
no
answer.
God and there is no objective morality,
That's not an
everything's
answer. It's a
subjective,
yes or no question. It's just
if
a yes or no.
I'm going with my friend, based on whose morality are we judging this? Yours
Oh my
or
God, I'm
God's?
not going to
Who?
keep going over this, man.
If
You're going to
it's
have
God,
to
then
answer
God
a simple
exists.
yes or no
If
question.
it
Do you
doesn't,
think it's okay to punish people for other people's crimes? Yes or no?
I must.
We can move on as soon as you answer this. Hello?
I did not read that chapter. I have to understand the context. I can't just base this of
It's
one
not, this
of
isn't
one
about the
chapter.
book. I'm just asking you what you think. Is it okay to punish people for other people's crimes?
No, according to me.
Thank you. So when
To
you're,
me.
according to you, and perfect, that's all you had to say. So when
Okay.
your God punishes people for other people's crimes, and it's clearly not justice to you, why
You
are
are
you
claiming
worshiping
that. I
your
have to read the
God?
context for that. You're claiming that. You're
I've
making
already
the
read
claim.
it. He's punished. It literally says he is punishing them for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came out of Egypt. That was
He's
400
punishing the
years before this.
Amalekites. He's punishing the Amalekites.
For what people 400 years prior did, yes.
They are still Amalekites, yes or no? Do you know what the context
Are
is?
they the
Where were
people that
Amalekites
committed
at
the
that
crime
time?
that they're being punished for?
Where are these people at that time? What is the context?
They're in Amalek.
What's going
God
on in
is
this passage?
the context is God is telling the Israelites to unalive every single person in this civilization based on an event that happened 15 generations before this. That's the context. So you've just said, in your own opinion, or your own personal sense of justice or whatever, that it's not okay to punish people for other people's crimes. So God is punishing an entire group of people. This is what we call genocide, by the way, for what people 15 generations before this had done and lose. Apparently he's mad they lost the war against the Israelites. It says you're paused out, but I can hear something. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm trying to use an app on my phone, and yeah.
Oh.
So
Were
if
you trying
God
to look
doesn't
up
exist,
answers to this or something?
I'm telling you, I already told you that I do not understand the context. I have to read the context to understand the full story. I
That's
can't
what
just
I'm
take
telling you. The
what
context. It's
you're
only 3
saying.
lines. He says, "I will punish
You are
the
saying this. I
Amalekites
have
for
to
what
search it
they
out
did in
myself.
opposing the Israelites coming up."
In the Bible, it says to search things. It's to search things. Okay, you have to test
I'm
every
I'm
spirit.
reading it to you.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand the context. I can't just take what you are saying for it. Okay,
All right. Well,
is it
take a
fair?
minute and go read it or whatever, and then
Or
come back and we can
oh,
talk. Okay.
or wait.
If you don't even know the context of the story, there's no point in arguing about it. So you should go and read and understand the actual context, and then you can come back. And when you say that's not the actual context, we'll argue about that. But either
but
way, you've already admitted you have a
if
standard of justice,
so,
and your God is
I
violating
wanna
it.
know.
So
I wanna know your position on the matter. Does God exist or not, according to you?
so you want to pivot away from the topic here?
No. We'll get back, but I just wanna know: does God
Get
exist,
back.
according to
That's
you? Does
pivoting
God
away.
exist or not?
No,
Does
there's
God
no
exist
gods,
or
in my
not?
opinion. No.
So everything's subjective. So back to my
Yeah.
question: So when serial killers wanna kill people, why is it wrong? According, why is it
I
wrong?
have told you that
Since there is no
4
objective
times
truth.
already, man. So look, just go read this book and figure out the context, and then we can get back to the actual topic instead of pivoting back away to questions I've already answered 4 times. So we'll have to stay on track there, man. All right, thanks for coming up, Laser. All right, go read the book and then come back, and you can argue about what the book says in the context. Anyway, you have it almost every time. They will admit that, yeah, that's not justice. But like, who in their right mind thinks it's okay to punish a bunch of other people for what one person did? Unless you're a freaking psycho, you have to bullshit your way around the context of the actual story to get somewhere there. 5 minutes. Okay, that'll work. Go. Whatever, man. That'll work. Thank you, Laser. But yeah, come on back here. All right, let me get through a few more things here first. Man, 75 people up in here watching the hick. Either school or get schooled. We've got 41 followers just this live. I am smashing through live records right now, and it's all thanks to you badass motherfuckers out there listening to this craziness. Depending on which side you think the craziness is coming from. But I like that we all enjoy it. We can all enjoy it here. It's like I said, look, I say this shit all the time. We should just talk about it, and we should talk about it civilly because we have to live with each other. And, you know, your ideas sound crazy to me. Mine sound crazy to you. Like, we're even. We're fucking equal. What we're not equal in is our justifications for our positions. So that's what we're here trying to figure out. But either way, we're all sharing the same world. We got to live up here, right? So let's just talk about it, man. If you can convince somebody to change their ways, great. If not, at least you talked about it and you tried. I mean, like, do or do not. There is no try, says the Yoda. All right. Who in the world was next here? There's still like 12 people in the queue here. All right, let's try Narayo. Oh, dang, they're all here all the moment. Okay, let's see. Oh, he is here. Narayo, you there? Hello? Narayo. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. All right. He loaded in, but he never did talk. All right, so let's see who's next here. I don't think this thing's keeping people in order. Either my memory is bad, but if this is keeping people in order, I'll be pretty shocked here. All right, so let's bring up Hitman. I think Hitman was next. Hitman is not loading in, though, even though I'm going to give it a second to make sure it ain't just lagging the living shit out of me. All right, I think we're safe to move on there. All right, let's try She Loves Me. Maybe She Loves Me still here. And negative, I believe. You can't necessarily trust it. Sometimes it lags the hell out of me, so I can't. Literally, sometimes it don't do stuff. I'll click on their name, it don't do squat. So I'll go to the next person. They're literally loaded in, and then the other person will pop up. So I'm trying to be careful here. All right, up next. Let's go to the next one. I think they're gone too. There is no patience up in here. You got to wait around to talk. No, I get it. Sometimes I wouldn't want to read one. All right, let's try the next one. We got a Patrice here. Patrice is also weird. Moving right through them. Good thing we had a long week. Maybe somebody will actually load in here. All right. Mr. Dr. Knott. And another one. That's 6 people in a row that have left the queue. But it leaves their name in there. TikTok should update this shit or something. All right. Let's bring in. And another one gone. Holy crap. We went through 9 people. Oh, no. There he is. I was getting married.
I got a
Alex,
question.
Alex. You're over 18, right?
What skill we got?
Alex, are you there? Are you over 18?
I'm here.
Are you over 18?
I'm 35.
Okay. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So do you want to debate us on one of these topics here?
I got a question.
Oh, another interview. Okay, go ahead.
Why did Jesus die for us?
He didn't. He just died.
I
Any
got
more
a
questions?
question.
All right. Well, thanks to him. That was surreal. All right. Let's bring in the next one. We still got a little buffet here, but man, we're going through them quick. Oh, nice weather. You there?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. Are you over 18?
Yes, I am 57.
Awesome. Awesome. Are you one of the Christians?
Uh, I'm not as dedicated to specifically Christianity, but I do still believe in God.
Oh, so you're not like, you don't believe the Bible and stuff?
Oh, I think the Bible has been corrupted, but I think there's enough information in there to give somebody an idea about God.
Oh, well, how do you know what's corrupted and what's not?
I think the things that you would be opposed to, like slavery or whatever, I think those things do not come from God.
God says them in the book.
What's that?
God says they're okay in the book, though.
Yeah, I think man put stuff in the book.
Well, how do you know what man put in there and what God put in there?
Like I just finished telling you, I'm not sure if you're listening to what I'm saying. I think the things that you would oppose in the Bible would be the things that are not from God.
Oh, okay. So all the bad stuff you don't like is from man, and all the good, sweet stuff is from God.
Somewhat.
That's a hell of a way to look at it.
But at the same time, when I look around the world, look at all the diseases that are in the world. Look at the storm patterns.
Yeah,
like
God's pretty shitty
tsunamis,
for making all
hurricanes.
that stuff, ain't he?
Well, I don't know. I don't have all the answers, just like you don't have all the answers.
Yeah, but I don't
I
argue
think
about answers I don't have. I argue about answers I do have.
I'm okay with you being an atheist. I mean, I'm not exactly a perfect Christian either.
I mean, I'm okay with you being a Christian, but if you want to come up here and debate about it in front of 70 people, you should probably have some good answers.
No, but I'm trying to tell you that I think that God's word was corrupted by men who added to it. You don't like
Yeah, I
that
know.
answer.
Well, your answer was that if it sounds bad and you don't like it, it came from man. If it sounds good, it's from God. Like, that sounds like something a 5-year-old would tell me, honestly.
Well, isn't that possible that God could
No.
give a direction to humans and then man changes it?
Well, maybe it's possible, but I don't understand how you're getting there, especially from the hypothesis if it's good, it's God. If it's bad, it was men.
Because I want to believe in God and I want to believe that he never endorsed slavery. So what's the problem?
Well, I want to believe in what's actually true and what can be shown to be true, and not just what I like to believe. So
Well, I'm a
here on the debate
survivalist.
stage, if you say something's true, then you're going to have to show it's true, and not just say I
I
want to
think
believe it or it's a faith.
what you want to debate is someone who's 100% committed to Jesus. That's who your opposition is.
Yeah, Christians.
Well, not every Christian is 100% committed to Jesus.
Well, then you're probably not a Christian, and I use that term pretty strongly.
Oh, you're
when
right.
I'm-
A lot of Christians are more agnostic, but religion is the format they use to express what they want to believe in. Just like Islam. A lot of Muslims are
okay,
not.
so which
lot of
one of
Muslims
these
are the same
topics are
way,
we
though, right?
actually debating here?
Well, okay, you got a former Christian, Bible morals are bad. Okay, can you name some of the morals that you don't like?
Yeah, slavery, setting people on fire for crimes, bodily mutilation. There's all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think those things are bad. I don't
No.
think those things came from God. I don't
That's
have
because you
proof
don't
of
like
it.
them. You're going to need a better excuse than that. Yeah.
Well, I'm on the same team as you as far as that goes.
So why not just drop this nonsense and say we don't like that stuff?
I do. I say it every day. I don't like those things. And I argue with
Well, I'm
Christians
saying,
and
why keep
atheists
the
every day.
doctrine of the book if you don't like what's in it?
Well, I think it's just a reference guide. It was an ancient book from 2,000 years ago plus. It's just an
Well,
ancient
if you
book.
disagree with the stuff in this book, why wouldn't you advocate for getting rid of this crap? Because it has a lot of bad stuff that can be misinterpreted if you look at it that way, and all these bad things happen. Seems like a pretty
Yeah,
big
what I'm
like, danger zone.
what I'm trying to tell you is I'm not in love with the Bible.
Okay.
It's just like reading a government handbook on criminal justice. I don't like a lot of things that are expressed by government in something like that. But government still exists. I can't stop government.
Does your government allow people to be set on fire for witchcraft?
Have you ever heard of stories of people in prison? They get raped, they get beat up, they get unalived.
You used a bad word there, buddy. Had to drop you. Can't say the R word on the TikTok live, unfortunately. You have to say grape. I don't know why, but you do. Anyway, I don't think you were gonna make a good case there based on feelings, man. Oh boy. All right. Oh, here's Laser back. Let's see if Laser figured out the context of the story here. Oh, he's gone again. Yeah, it says, I will not suffer a witch to live. So read your book again. All right, Laser, you there? You back?
Yes.
All right, so you figured out the context of the story, right?
Yes, it's in Deuteronomy. The Amalekites,
Nope,
they
this is
attacked
from 1
the
Samuel
Israelites.
chapter 15.
Yeah, but the first attack, they attacked them. When they came out of Egypt, the Amalekites attacked the Israelites.
And they lost the war,
In
right?
Deuteronomy 32, verse 35, God says, to me belongs vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time. God is saying he will punish those. Vengeance is his. So that's what's happening in 1 Samuel. It's God's vengeance.
I know
You're
that.
saying
And
God
it's
is
vengeance
unjust
on
for...
people 400 years after the people he's actually mad at.
He is the Almighty God. If you have to attack his people, which he promised to bless the nations in Abraham, if you wipe them out, how can he bless the world? Are you going to kick me out for that?
We're right back in the same spot we started.
Well, you got to know the gospel message. You got
Do
to
you
know
not?
why
I
God created
do.
everything.
I know this book. That's why I come up here and argue
Okay,
a book.
why?
It's
Why
because I
did
know
God
it good
create
enough
man
to
then?
argue about it.
Why
Now,
did God
you
create
have
man?
already said you do not think it's okay to punish people for other people's crimes, yes?
They attacked the Israelites. God is punishing the Amalekites.
Oh, so there's an exception. So, like, your morals became subjective there all of a sudden, right?
It says in the book that he's punishing the Amalekites. The Amalekites are the ones that attacked
I
the
know
Israelites.
that. I'm the one who
Why you
brought it
saying
up.
he's why you claiming that he's attacking someone else?
He is attacking someone else. This is people 15
These are the same
generations
people,
later.
yes?
No, they're Amalekites.
These are
They
not
are not
Amalekites?
the same people. This is
These are
15
not
generations
Amalekites.
later, my man.
My friend, it says here these are Amalekites, and God is attacking the Amalekites.
My friend, 400 years later, it is not the people who committed the crime.
Where does it say it's 400 years later?
It doesn't say it's 400 years later. That's when this is
Then why
taking
did you lie
place
to me right now?
chronologically.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
If you say it's not 400 years later, then why
Look,
did you...
David didn't live in the time of
Anyway,
Moses, did he?
you're going beside the point. The point is he attacked the Amalekites because he says vengeance is mine. He's attacking the people that opposed God.
He's attacking people 400 years after the supposed opposition.
Did the Israelites attack the Amalekites?
Yeah, and they lost. The Israelites beat them. They won the war, and God is still pissed that they even tried to fight them, even though they lost the war. So
Where does
400
it say
years
that?
later, God
Where does
finally
it say that?
decides it's time to punish these people. So he orders the genocide of people 15
You're saying
generations later
genocide.
because
Can we go to
Israel won
chapter
a war
30?
against them. Huh?
Can we go to chapter 30?
What chapter?
First Samuel chapter 30. You claim genocide. Let's go to chapter 30.
What does chapter 30 got to do with chapter 15?
You said genocide. I'm trying to prove it isn't genocide. Let's go to chapter
It is
30. Are you
genocide. He's
afraid?
wiping out an entire group of people
Okay, let's
here.
go to chapter 30 then. Big show.
What about
Let's
chapter
go.
30?
Read it. What does it say?
You don't even know what chapter 15's about. How do you know what 30's about?
You said genocide. Prove your claim. Let's go to chapter 30.
Do you know what genocide is?
Wiping out. Everyone's wiped out, right?
Yeah, and that's
No
what they
survivors.
did to the
No
Amalekites
survivors.
in chapter
Okay, let's go
15.
to chapter 30
There was
then.
only one
Let's go
survivor.
to chapter 30.
Go to it.
Chapter 30. Who is in chapter 30, my friend? Who?
David,
Who does he battle?
Ziklag.
Is Ziklag an Israelite?
There was one king left
You
in the
said
slaughter of the
genocide.
Amalekites.
You lied
One
right now.
freaking
You said
person,
genocide.
man. He
Who is
wiped them
David
all
attacking?
out.
Who is
They
David
left one
defeating?
stinking person. This
Amalekites.
person made a new
You
elision.
claim
They
genocide,
wiped
and
the
yet the
people
Amalekites
out
are here
from
in chapter 30.
chapter
You just lied
15.
in front of 71 people. Shame on
Holy
you.
crap.
Shame on
Shame on you. What the good Lord. Ah. Yeah. I need some ibuprofen, y'all. I need some ibuprofen. It's a headache. So genocide didn't happen because in chapter 30, other people calling themselves Amalekites was attacking David. See, this says to wipe people out, an entire group of people, which happens, except for one whole person. That's genocide, my man. You should really learn these terms and concepts. Boy, oh boy. All right, so we still got a good 45 minutes here. We can keep on rolling. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, next up, let's try Mr. Teflon here.
63.
Oh, good, good. Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Awesome. So which one of these topics would you like to debate us on?
Okay, first I want to ask you the question. Who was the one person that was left?
The king.
What king?
Huh?
What king?
The king of the Amalekites.
Okay.
It was King Agag, if that's what you're wondering. So what?
All right. Okay, let me... genocide wasn't... You call it genocide, but that was God being just. Because,
That was just
yes, God is a just
ordering,
God.
genociding child and infant was justice.
God is just.
Okay, what's just about genociding child and infants?
Okay, every soul that ever has been on the planet Earth belongs to God in the first place. So he can take it back whenever he want to. Even
So God
you
could
and
just
I
run
at
through a
this very
pile of
moment.
babies with two samurai swords slicing them up, and that's justice because God gets to do what God wants to do, right?
Even at this very moment, you and I have no way of saying, I'm not leaving this earth at this very moment, if God says so.
So you're a divine command theorist, basically.
He's very divine. Now,
Do you
what
think
he
if God does
does,
something, it's good no matter what he does?
whatever God does is good.
Okay, so whatever God does is good.
Yes.
So how would you even be able to tell us if God was doing something evil or not? How would you know?
Because God doesn't do evil.
So how would you know if he did, though?
Because he wouldn't.
But how would you know if he did? It's a hypothetical question. If he did do something evil, how would you know?
God would not do. See, that's just it. God is a good
See,
God.
it's just it. Y'all never answer this actual question. If God did do something evil, how would you know? How can you tell if God is committing an evil action? How would you know? How would you judge that?
We wouldn't know because we would have never
Exactly.
known.
There you have
No,
it. Thank you for being honest. Y'all wouldn't even know if God was just doing something evil.
I'm trying to explain to you because God is
You
not
just did.
evil. God is not evil. God is good.
Yeah, but you're saying you wouldn't know if he was doing anything evil. So you are
Well,
not even
but he
capable of
wouldn't.
having the conversation that he's evil.
The only person would do any evil within this earth is the devil.
Right. So if God told you to run through a pile of babies right now with samurai swords, you would have to do it, and you would have to do it thinking you were doing something good and loving and just.
If God told me to do that, then it must be a reason
Of course. That's what
above
is
my
so fucking
thinking.
terrifying about Christian doctrine is because y'all think that God gives you the divine right to commit atrocities. That's
If
why this
he
crap
told
needs to
me,
end.
but I know he's not going to
Yeah,
tell
I
me to
know.
do that.
You're making the case perfectly right now. It's insane.
What he's not going to tell me to do that.
Oh. Well, he tells these people to do that. You think that's just in love.
That was in
So
that
you're watching
time.
it happen and you're okay with it. That's still a problem.
At any time, those people that was on earth, just like the flood, God wiped them out in the flood. Man didn't do it. God did it
Yeah, I know God did it.
because
That's
he
why
saw
God's the
evil.
monster here, not man.
No, because men
No, God
were
gave them free
evil all
will
the
and then
time.
punished them for using it. That's what God did.
No, man was evil,
Yeah.
and he thought that way all the time. God said,
They were just using the free will he gave them, weren't they?
"No, there's no free
Oh.
will to act evil.
Oh,
You
there's
don't
no
have
free
to."
will. Oh, okay.
Noah, who was saved, he didn't act evil.
Y'all seeing it here, folks. Right in front of your eyes.
So I don't
Bro,
care
what
how
do we
much
got to
you
get
really.
to do to make you drop this ridiculous position of justice? This is not justice.
God is just, no matter
No, he's
what
not.
you say.
No, God
Okay,
is only just to you, and that's all he can be, but that's patently
okay.
absurd.
Well, I tell you like this here: the very day that you and I reach the judgment seat of Jesus, I want him to say to you which way you go and which way I go. Now we might both go the same way. If I don't straight up and fly
I
right,
don't want to go to the same place as y'all. This is crazy. We don't have the
okay.
same
Well,
sense
then
of
if you don't
justice.
want to, then you know where you already said, or you can purchase your ticket for hell.
Oh, okay.
That's by your own saying.
Yeah, your God's going to send me there for calling him out on being a monster.
Well, he don't want to.
He don't want to. Then why does he
No,
do
he
it?
don't want to.
He
But
don't want to do it. He just does it because he has to. Because somebody's telling God he has to do it, even if he won't do it.
no, he don't. No, it's not that either. It's because you haven't obeyed. You haven't followed what God said. You don't believe in Him. You
Well,
call
if he
it.
was real, he's ordering atrocities done, and either way, I would
You
still call him
call
an
out
evil
His
monster,
name.
even if I thought he was real.
I bet you when you're not on your live throughout the day, you might say this saying more than 5 times. Oh my God! Why would you say "Oh my God" when you're not claiming Him as your God?
The same reason I say holy shit.
Well, no,
Like, I don't think
see,
shit's actually holy. You know that, right?
right.
Yeah, it's just an expression, so that's a pretty bad argument. You got any better arguments than that?
Why would you say God? You can say,
Why would I say
oh,
holy shit?
you can say, "Oh my fan,"
Why would I say holy shit?
because
Also, you know
that's
what else I say all the time? I say,
because
oh
it's a
my fucking
numbskull
God. Do I
way
say
of
that
saying
because I believe
things.
God is fucking?
That's a numbskull way of saying holy. That's all.
So do you think it's okay to punish people for other people's crimes?
No, nobody is getting punished for somebody else's crimes.
They are in the Bible.
Okay, name me one who got
Okay,
punished.
what did those child and infants of the Amalekites do? What was their crime that they committed?
Okay, maybe you're not understanding the text.
Oh, I
Now,
understand.
if any babies were destroyed, during the time
Here,
that he did,
I'll just read it for you since you've never read it. It says, "Thus says the Lord of hosts, I will punish the Amalekites for what they did in opposing the Israelites when they came up out of Egypt. Now go and attack Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have. Do not spare them, but unalive both man and woman, child and infant, ox and sheep, camel and donkey." So what did those infants and children do? And especially, what did the ox and the camels do? I think we're all
because
interested
they
in hearing
were
your.
not followers of God, of God. They were
The
they were
infants weren't followers
followers
of
of
God, and
Baal.
the camels and donkeys weren't followers of God.
They were followers of Baal. They had an unholy God. And God says, I'm a jealous God, so thou should not have no other gods before me. So he wasn't going to have any other God opposing him. Neither would the Amalekites keep on
What
being
was the
what?
crime of the children and the infants?
The children don't have to have a crime. It's not a crime.
Okay, so you're saying it's okay to destroy infants for no crime.
Do you, okay,
You understand
let
what
me,
you're saying here, right?
okay, can I ask you a question? When a person dies, where do their soul go? Back to who?
They don't go nowhere.
Their soul
There's no
goes
such thing as
somewhere.
souls.
Yes, it
That's
is.
why life is actually valuable, because this is the only one you get. So when your God diminishes an infant's life for crimes that people 400 years earlier, that makes your God a murdering psychopath who is
No,
unjust.
God
Yeah.
has their souls with him.
You literally just agreed with me that it's
No,
not okay to
but
punish
see,
people
God
for
has
other
their
people's crimes. And now you're making
all the
excuses
infants,
to
all
why
the
it was
infants,
justice to unalive child and infants for nothing.
all the infants'
You have to
souls are
understand
with
this is
God.
insanity. Can't you understand that?
Why can't you understand that God has all the infant souls with him?
It don't say
Because he's
that.
God, he
It
can do
says they're
whatever he want to
destroying
do.
these people for crimes against God.
Is he not the creator?
He's not bringing child and infants
But
into
is he
his
not the creator?
domain
Yes or
when they're
no?
the child of these evil spawn.
Is he not the creator?
No.
He's not the creator.
No, he's not. He's imaginary. And
Okay.
he's given his followers an incredibly skewed sense of justice.
All right. Well, okay. TikTok is the, I would say, the head of your life. Now, if TikTok decides, you know what, I don't like this fella here, apostate ape.
Okay,
So
would that
guess
be
what?
fair? Would that be justice?
And they just cut you completely out of the program.
Right. Would that be fair or justice?
They own you,
Would that be fair or justice?
but
Sure, they can
they
kick me out if they
own
want
you.
to, but would it be fair? Would it be
But I
justice? Would it
couldn't
be
tell them
right?
not to.
Would it
They
be
own
fair?
you,
Would it be justice? Would it be right?
but they own you. They can do whatever they want
All
to.
right. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Well, thanks for coming up. Thanks for coming up there, Mister. But there you have it. This is justice in the minds of Christians right here. They own you, so they can do whatever the bleep they want. And that's love. That's justice. That is mercy. That is grace. That is why I do this channel. Well, that and entertainment. The sad part of this is I do this to try to make people understand when they're actually saying insane things like that. But sadly, they pretty much never do. But at least maybe we're putting them on the right path or making them read the Bible. That's the best I can come up with. Any excuse I can give to actually make them go read the book, which they clearly haven't. That's what I do, I guess. That's what I do. And thank you for all the support. We have 71 freaking people watching right now. And I am up to, where are we at here? 641 followers. I know people with like 10 and 15,000 followers that don't have an audience of 70 people. So I feel pretty amazing about that. And it's all thanks to all you people. Holy crap. I can't believe it. Y'all are blowing me away. Like, I never imagined the channel would be as big as it is right now, this fast especially. So I guess I'm doing something right, I guess, or something so wrong. A whole bunch of people find that entertaining. So it can work out either way. I'm fair like that. But I do like a good mix of people. I want Christians and atheists and agnostics. I want everybody up in here watching this. Like, I asked people for engagement, like, one if you think he won, two. And I like that both people come up. It'll fluff both our asses. We all get a little fluff there. All right. I have a good 20 minutes left, so we could probably get at least one more Christian up in here to admit they have a very skewed sense of justice. Well, they won't admit it, but they can at least show themselves. We're going to show the world what they actually think here. Sure, I don't think that's justice, but it's okay when my God does it. That's where we're getting at every freaking time. Y'all can be better than this, people. I know you can. All right, let's bring up the next one. Or wait, Nariah's back. I think I tried to bring him up earlier, so let's give him priority since he was here earlier. Nariah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up, dog? You over 18?
All right, I'm
Are
listening
you
to
over
you,
18?
man.
Are you over 18?
Yeah. You can
Are you
cut.
one of the
You can,
Christians?
yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not. No, I'm a Hebrew Israelite.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, we're just
So
debating Christians in here, but what do you got real quick?
no, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I think that the people. Well, like I said, I popped in, I popped out, so I don't know everybody. Just the first. I heard you talk to a guy, and he was trying to explain. You did a little poll, like who thought you was right and who thought he was wrong, right? Right. Well,
Right.
who had the most knowledge? So in that exchange between you and him, I would have to say that you were able to outwit him, right? Because he was on an elementary level. He was defending his faith without a lot of knowledge of what scriptures actually says. So you were able to jump over his head. Now, I heard you say something about the Amalekites. You was talking about the Amalekites, right?
Yeah, the Amalekites, yeah.
Right. So do you know what's the history behind them and their relationship with God or the Israelites?
Okay, so yeah, when God brought the Israelites up out of Egypt, the Amaleks attacked them because the Israelites were trying to take their homeland. So
Mhm.
the Amalekites lost the war, but they did survive. So apparently God decided 15 generations later that now was the time that they should be punished very harshly for losing a war against the Israelites 400 years prior.
So you know there's been an ongoing conflict between the Amalekites and the Israelites, right? Because we even can tie them into
I
the
do know
Edom.
that, but I'm just saying the reason that it's given that these people are being wiped out is because of a reason that happened 400 years prior.
So let me ask you a question. So someone steals your bike. Let's say this is a hypothetical. Someone steals your bike, right? Say you have a bike, somebody steals it, and then they're bigger than you. They're just say they got your bike. You know they got it. You are not in a position to be able to take it back from them, right? And then they die, but they leave your bike to their children, one of their sons, right? You have a son. Does that bike now, because that person is dead and you're dead, does that bike still belong to that person, that family, or does that bike still belong does it belong to your children? Like in other words, I'm saying, when does that bike stop becoming yours?
It never belonged to my children. It belonged to me, and someone took
What I'm
it,
saying,
and then I died. So what difference does it make after that?
So basically, if I'm gonna go with that knowledge, that means that the things that you work for as a father, that the things that you work for, that you're not leaving nothing belongs to your children. So you leave them no inheritance, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but this is a skewed analogy.
No.
Your analogy would be more accurate to say, would it be fair to punish the guy's grandchildren for stealing the bike when he's the actual one that stole it?
No. What I'm asking you is, when someone steals something from you, right? Someone steals something from you that you were planning to pass down to your children.
Oh yeah, you could argue they also took from the children then, yeah.
Exactly. That's so
Right.
when you're dealing with heritage, culture, right? So let me give you an example. African Americans, right? African Americans have had their culture, their identity, everything stolen from them through slavery.
Well, sure, but I don't think we have to go on hypotheticals when we can just read the actual
No,
verse
no,
here and
I
agree
understand.
on what
And we
happened.
can't have no problem with that. But I want to first, I want to let my premise where I'm coming from, and then we can land our planes. We can pull out scriptures, whatever we want to do, right? But I'm saying
Right. Well,
to
how
your
many
argument,
hypotheticals are you going to give before we
I'm
actually
not.
get to the
Well, I'm not.
back to the
Well,
verse here?
I was. That's what you and the guy was doing. You kept on saying things like no prophecies being fulfilled, and you were throwing your hypotheticals out there, so I heard you doing that, right? So first
Yeah,
I
but I
have to.
already gave you one, and I'm asking you how many we're going to have to go through before we get to
Well,
the
go
actual
ahead.
point.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and explain because I just gave you an example about heritage. Amber, we were talking about
Yeah.
Amberlite. We were talking about you were
Okay, so
talking
do you
about.
think it's okay to punish people 15
I think
generations
that if
after the
someone still
fact for
has my
selling a
bike,
bike that
I
they
think
didn't
it's my.
steal?
If that's what I think. To your question, I believe that if I have something that I say belongs to son, if I tell my son this belongs to you, and then someone steals that, and my son knows that it belongs, it was mine, it was supposed to come to him. As long as that possession is in the hands of the person who stole it, then my son absolutely has the right to want
The
that
person who
thing
stole
back.
it's dead, according to you.
Well, I said that's you're missing my point. If that possession still is in the hands of the family, So in other words, if you stole it and then you
What if
give
the
it to your,
family don't even know that their
you know,
granddad stole the bike?
does that make them innocent of it though? Because I know that's a
Yeah, they don't
situation.
even know that
Let me
it's
give you an
stolen.
example.
That
Yes, I
makes
got
them
you.
innocent.
I got you. Right. Just like today, a lot of
Yeah, you have to punish the one who did the crime.
no. What I'm saying, true. So receiving stolen
True, thank you.
goods,
Yeah.
receiving stolen goods is a crime.
Okay, so whose land were the Amalekites protecting? Who was there first?
What I'm saying is the Amalekites
Who was
destroyed
there first?
Israelites, the Hebrews.
No, the Israelites were coming out of Egypt and trying to take
Who
the
are the
Amalekites' land.
Amalekites? Amalekites are children of Esau.
They were there first. It was their land.
No,
The
you're not
Israelites were
listening.
taking
You're not
it.
listening. You're not
Yes,
listening.
God promised them
No,
their
you're not
land.
listening. You're not listening. I'm saying to you, the
I
Amalekites.
don't feel like we're actually
the
getting
name
to the point here. I
Amalekite.
think we're
Listen,
playing
we
weird
can prove.
games to try to get
No,
around
I'm
the
not.
actual
You're
point.
not listening because you're not. You're
You've already
talking to
said
somebody.
true like 2 times.
No, I'm saying to you that there's two brothers, Esau and Jacob, and you can look at the genealogy of the scriptures, and you'll see the word Amalekite comes from Esau. That's what you look at. So no, they were not before the Hebrew. The Amalekites was not before Abraham.
Where were the Amalekites
Can we agree with that?
when the
The Amalekites
Israelites
were not
came from
before.
Egypt?
Can we agree with that first?
Where were they at?
Can we? I asked you a question first. I said, can we agree that the Amalekites were not before Abraham?
No, I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay. So the Israelites were in Egypt for hundreds of years. They came out. The Amalekites are already there. So whose land is it?
No, they were not. Again, if the Amalekites, if you have two. Again, I'm
Okay,
giving,
well, let's
I'm
get
giving
to
you
the
basic
actual
understanding.
point,
I'm giving you the
please.
base. I'm on elementary. I'm not even pulling out the scriptures yet. I'm just giving you basic. I even
Yeah,
got
sounds like you're trying to run away from the scripture that I'm
no, I
trying
don't
to
have
read.
to. No, definitely not that because you're not smart enough with the scriptures.
Oh, okay.
You're definitely not because I'm asking you questions, basic questions.
Well, maybe you can prove it. We'll see.
I'm proving it now. You're just not listening.
You're not. You're talking about weird stuff that don't have nothing to do with the actual point
I just told you easy. Right with a Google search. I'm in the bed still, so I'm not. I don't have my laptop open. I'm on my hand phone, and to pull the screen up, that means I have to come off the screen. So
Okay,
it's
good.
easier
So
for
do you
me.
think it's okay to punish people for other people's
No,
crimes
we're
under
not.
any circumstance?
Hold on. Look, I'm going. This is what I'm telling you.
It's just a
I'm
yes or
telling you
no.
this. I'm telling you this. Right now, because of slavery, what happened over 400 years ago, African Americans are owed reparations without a doubt. There are some people that got.
Bro,
wait a
you're
minute.
gonna have to
Wait a
address
minute.
what's actually
I'm giving
going
you an
on here.
example. I'm giving you a perfect example. That
Your
anybody
God
with
said
just a
slavery
little
was
bit.
okay. This don't have nothing to do with this.
It has.
That's on to a different awful point.
It parallels your question. It
Is
parallels
it
your
ever
question.
okay
Yes, yeah,
to punish
absolutely.
somebody
Yes,
for other people's crimes?
See, you're trying to put
Okay,
me in a
so
box.
you don't have a good sense of
You're
justice
not
either.
listening. You're
You're
not
showing
listening.
us all that you
You're
are
trying to put me
perfectly
in a
willing
box,
and
and you're trying to
acceptable to
soundboard me.
That's
You're
because you
trying to
just keep
soundboard
talking,
me.
and I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
I'm trying to, I know you because you know your intellect. You're not very smart. You thought you were
Oh,
smart,
okay.
but you're not
All
very
right.
smart.
Well, we're gonna move on to somebody who can
I know.
actually track a dang point here, and I can understand. Like, hey, you may be right. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but you won't answer a question. You keep talking about irrelevant shit, so I can't tell if you're right or not. So there's no point in keeping you up here, man. So sorry about that. The one stipulation I have for this channel is that someone is capable of an actual conversation. You can call me dumb and uneducated if you want. Maybe you're right. You could be right. But you're not going to prove it to anybody by rattling off a bunch of irrelevant bullshit that don't have nothing to do with what I'm trying to get a simple yes or no out of you. And it's so crazy. He said true at least 2 times that I remember there. I said this. He said, yeah, that's true. And I said, okay. He was like, well, got to talk about slavery again. All right. Well, that's pretty shitty. All right. Whew. All right, hold on. Before I try to bring up, we're going to try to bring up one more. But before I do that, let me take another moment to thank everybody for all the engagement here. We've had a huge audience today. Huge by my standards anyway. It's way bigger than I thought I'd have at this point. I have gained 43 followers just on this live just today. You people are fucking awesome. Even the crazy ones up here. Y'all are cool too. Y'all are cool too. Y'all are cool because y'all make my point for me. Half the time I don't even talk. That's why I don't name call people though. Like, what's the point in calling somebody an idiot? Like, they're going to come up here and make themselves look like an idiot. Why do I have to call them that? It's just degrading. You don't have the intellect, apostate ape. Thank you so much, Steelers. You don't have the intellect. You don't know. What I do know is it's never okay to punish somebody for somebody else's crimes, especially 400 freaking years later. It's unbelievable to me the mental gymnastics that people will do to try to defend this shit just because it's their own belief, and it'll make them look bad if they don't come up with a really good excuse. The problem is you got to come up with a good excuse, and based on what I've been hearing for quite a long time now, and there are quite a lot of people, there's just not one. Although there is a whole bunch of excuses that people think are good ones. Well, the Hebrew Israelites have a hard time addressing yes or no's, apparently. All right, so I'm going to try one more person before I got to run off to the try not to be poor, even though it's not working out. Ain't no need in announcing that I'm pushing the button anymore, I don't think. Sometimes I can't help it, but we'll just see. We got time for at least one more, though. What was his name there? Naraya, I see you back in here. You're going to have to wait till tomorrow or something, man. Calm down a little bit. Recenter yourself there. And, like, I'll let you talk. You can actually, like, I'll stop people. I'll interrupt people for little clarifications or yes or no sometimes, or to address something else. So sometimes I just got to time out with the person, even though I'm not interrupting them through any fault of their own. So you're going to have to, like, stop for a second when I say something there, when I try to interrupt. I even have it up here on the screen. It says, I'll interrupt rambling and preaching. So that's what I do. I'm not just a debater here. I'm also having to moderate myself. So y'all got to give me just a little bit of leeway. But all right, we're going to try one more here. Let's bring up Mr. Brady. If Brady's still here. Oh, I think he is. He's trying to look. Brady, you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Thanks for asking. Are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 30.
Awesome. Are you one of the Christ-like Christians?
Yeah, I am a Christian. Yes.
Good. So do you have one of these topics you want to debate us on here?
Yeah. Well, see, so this is my view on your why he attacked the what are they called?
The Amalekites.
Amalekites, right? Okay, so the Amalekites weren't followers of God, correct?
Well, I guess not. He was trying to have his people unalive them.
Right.
I don't imagine they would follow him.
Right. So and then I heard you brought up the children, correct? So
yeah.
So what a child is? What a child's innocent, right? We can agree on that. Children are innocent, right?
We should be able to, but apparently
Right,
not.
right. No, they are. So children
Okay.
are innocent, and
All right.
so which means they don't commit sin, correct? Because they don't know. They don't really know right from
Are
wrong.
they born
right?
into sin?
They are born into sin, correct? But they don't
Okay.
commit sin, right? Because we're all born.
It don't
into
matter.
sin.
If you're born with it, you have committed it, whether you like it or not.
Okay. Well, so by slaughtering the children, right? He's not going to send those children to hell. He's
Well,
going
he
to save
does
the
because
children.
they inherited sin they never repented for.
I mean, I don't necessarily believe that.
Well, this is
You know what I
according
mean?
to the Bible. Paul, even the New Testament, Paul says if Adam didn't eat that fruit, then all this is pointless. So you are inherited sin,
Right. Well,
and you
I
deserve
believe.
punishment for that inherited sin, according to the Bible.
So you're saying if a child doesn't ask for forgiveness, then they're going to hell before they're
Yeah, I
before
mean, if
they're
the
of age?
stipulation that the New Testament is given for salvation is that you repent and turn from your wicked ways, but you're inheriting this sin, you are still being punished for that sin. So if you never got a chance to repent, then yeah, you have to argue that these babies are going to hell. These are the wicked children of the wicked people.
Right, the wicked people. So that's my point. So these children, if they're raised by these wicked people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're raised by these wicked people with their beliefs, right, then
Mm-hmm.
they're most certainly going to go to hell, right?
Oh,
Now,
so
I don't
God's
know
just
why
doing
God
a
waited.
favor by unaliving them there, right?
Right. Well, I don't know why God waited 400 years later to punish
You don't
these
think
people.
that's justice, do you?
Well, here's the deal: if they're not living their life right and they're not living by God, right, and they're worshiping another God, right,
Who,
and He made a,
infants?
well, I mean, they would have been raised to worship another God, right?
So they would have. So if he would have let them live, they would have used the free will they were given to worship other gods. Yeah, can't let that happen, of course. Yeah.
Right, correct.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And He also made a promise to the Israelites. So if He doesn't keep His promise, He's unjust, right?
Oh
You have
yeah,
to,
he'll
He has
look
to
like an
keep His
asshole
word.
if he don't keep his promise and unalive 400 people years later. So.
Anyway, that's just my view on it.
These
Buddy.
aren't good arguments, man.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, you have a good day. I'm done.
Okay. Well, whew. Well, that was quick work. It don't take long. Sometimes. It says Jesus will forgive you. Well, that was fucking scary. You see how fast the logic falls apart under even the slightest bit of scrutiny? That's why I can't decide if I'm sort of losing my faith in humanity over here. Like, wow. Like I'll say it for the 50th time now. I have this delusion in my head. Then when you point out to people the flaws in the logic they're using and the violations of their own standards that's going on here, you think they would just be like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, something's got to change here. But they don't. They persist. And that's what really fucking scares me. That's why I'm kind of losing faith in humanity over here. Like, who could possibly... Never mind. Well, y'all have seen it here today. Whether you think I was destroyed in these debates or whether you think I did destroying, we saw, once again, multiple examples of Christian ideology on display here. I can't even tell if God's doing anything evil, so I know He's not, even though if He was doing a bunch of evil shit, I would be incapable of even telling you. Congratulations, Christians. This is where you're at. This is where you're at. This is where you have to be if you're a Christian. But you can repent and turn from the wicked ways of Christianity and join the rest of us in making humans valuable and not this imaginary slave master. That would be great. Anyway, that's why I'm here. Also for entertainment. We'll expose these ideas for y'all's entertainment out there. Oh boy, oh boy. And once again, while I still got a good bit of people on here, please check out my YouTube channel. I upload the replays of these onto my YouTube channel every day. So if you want to go back like you feel like you missed something, that can't be that one guy I talked to, is it? No, I don't think that's him. Never mind. I thought it was a guy I'd already talked to. He went away anyway. I thought it was a guy already embarrassed. I thought he was coming back for more. I was going to say, you know what? I'll make 10 more minutes. But yeah. Anyway, lean on your own understanding. If you feel like you missed something and you want to go back and watch it, this will be re-uploaded here in a couple hours, something like that, 2 or 3 hours maybe. But go back and watch it on my YouTube. If you like this content, please consider subscribing to my YouTube and liking the videos and stuff. That'll help everybody watch this stuff and expose the dangerous ideas of Christianity. The ideals that people give themselves divine rights to commit atrocities. Like, manifest destiny and shit. Pilgrims come over here, gave themselves the divine right to displace and conquer other people. Yeah. Normal people with actual intellect call that theft. They call it genocide. They call it wrong. They call it injustice. Christians don't. Christians can't. That's why you got to get out of this crazy mindset here. But once again, everybody, I appreciate the living shit out of all the engagement today. Every stream I do gets bigger, so I say it every time now, but sometimes I'll go back for a time or two. But anyway, definitely blowing up here. I feel like we had well over 70 people in here for a long time today, so I feel like that's really just blowing away what I actually expected of this channel and its growth rates. So let's give thanks to TikTok for that. You have seen that you have been here today in the kingdom of the ape, and I am the light to the nations, people. Oh, thank you for whatever that was. I don't know who did that, but thank you. That was really cool. I've never seen that before. The ape is the light to the nations, y'all. I am the light to the... Oh, that was Mesa. Thank you. Thank you, Mesa. I appreciate the thing. Might have a #1 fan there. Shit. But I am the light to the nations. We are going to bring reason to the world of the Christians, hopefully. If not, we tried. What else can we do? Can't control people's mind. I don't want to control people's mind. And just for the record, once again, I do not care if someone is a Christian or not. But if you're going to come up here on a debate stage and try to debate your ideals, I will be going for the throat. So just keep that in mind there. I ain't running people down in the street and gaslighting them. Thank you, Rick. I thought it was pretty good too. I'm excited about this one. That was a good one there. That was a good one. Hey, just for how many people's here from Canada? Just curious. Throw a 1 in the chat if you're Canadian. If you're one of the good neighbors of the USA here. I'm just curious. It seems like I'm picking up a lot of Canadian folks lately. Any Canadians in here? I say the little flag thing is why I'm asking that. Anyway, well, if you are Canadian and you are in here, yeah, there you go. Fuck Trump, fuck MAGA. I actually like Canada. I consider y'all friends. Trump's a piece of shit. I apologize on behalf of all the other dumb fucks that voted for that motherfucker. Actually, I don't know if you're a dumb fuck. If you pay as much as taxes as I do, you vote for whoever the hell you want. But I still don't like that motherfucker, so. Yeah. The highest level ever IQ is not a Christian. That is more dumb shit that y'all believe and try to hold on to your belief with. A human cannot achieve an IQ of 276. It's not even possible if that's the dude you're talking about. Definitely not. Well, all right, guys. We only got a few minutes. I don't think there's long enough. Well, I was about to say I don't think that's long enough to have a debate, but I think I schooled that last guy in like 1 minute and 10 seconds. So that's pretty good. Oh, maybe you want to talk to us. Sorry, man. If you wasn't, if that was a joke or something, I just saw the comment. That's why I almost don't want to respond to comments sometimes because I can't never tell if they're talking to me or somebody else. So it gets a little confusing there. But once again, last time here, thank you so much, everyone, for the engagement, all the likes. We got almost 36,000 likes this live. Got several gifts. I'll never know what those are till after it's over unless I just happen to notice them. But we do appreciate them. One day I want to have a big enough audience. I don't know if you make money on TikTok from TikTok itself or people giving you money or what, but I would like to be able to make enough of a living to do this full time. I'll do all day streams. We'll spend all day popping Tylenol and ibuprofen to keep the headaches away from talking to the Christians up in here. Maybe I overdo it, though. I might get burned out. I don't want to do that. Got to have a good balance, I think. Got to have a good balance. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. And don't forget, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I am off and I will be here. And I will be here for a while in their face, being like, what's up with this shit, Christians? Why does it say this? And we can hear him say it's God, whatever God wants to do, it's cool. Whatever he tells me to do is love, even if it involves slicing up babies with samurai swords. That's where we're at here, folks. Hey, sorry, if you're requested up, come back in the morning. All right, everybody, have a good day. Misa, Rick, Finkeldorf, my folks, Gamer. That was a lot to remember. Still, we got several people showing up all the time now. I freaking love it. I love you. All right, guys. He's a felon. Yeah, fuck MAGA one last time. I think we can all, well, we probably all don't all agree on that, but still, fuck that guy. I can't stand the motherfucker. All right, guys. All right. Thank you again so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take my bows for the day on conquering the Christian logic there. Actually, I need to have a stream that's like maybe just Israelites. Certainly some of them, like, I think we would agree with some of the Israelites, especially on the Old Testament stuff, a lot more than I think. That's why it'd be interesting. Y'all are going to have to actually talk, though, and calm the fuck down. Like, get out of bed and eat some breakfast or something and calm down for a minute. He said he's still in bed. He ain't even got his drawers on yet. He was arguing with me. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. If you're requested up, please come back tomorrow morning where we will be back and we will talk a lot tomorrow because I am off work and this is my work tomorrow. Thank you all. Thank you all. Have a good one. The ape is out for today. The apostate one. Later.